All right, we're live. What's up, guys? Happy Monday. It's the Monday morning stream. I'm setting up the stream as we speak. We are? What should the news today be? Well, we've got all of our breaks. What's the hottest break right now? New Nami One Piece break. Let's see. EB01 English box break close. We've got Donkey Kong. Graded box? All right, we're going to hit save on that. We'll give Donkey Kong another thumbnail picture, and then he's probably going to sit in the background after that point. Donkey Kong. Let's close some of these. We don't need all these open, do we? I finished not one, but 2 PSA submissions last night. One of them containing all of your guys' cards. So that's on its way. And the tag submission is basically half done. So the tag submission has started. Just needs a little more time. All right, let's go ping the Discord server, shall we? How's it going, everybody? Happy Monday. We're going live for Monday morning. This is such a nice, like, introduction song, whatever this is. Let's see. We'll go ahead and tap that in. There we go. And, oh, I got logged back into WordPress. Okay. So we're setting up the website now. Let's turn on the iPad while we're doing this. Oh, there it is. I think we logged in instantly. Perfect. Okay, we'll jump over to orders. Ooh, the iPad looks so weird. It's so different now. Went through that update. Okay. Close, close. No. Stop. Close, 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 close. And now, let's see what you guys are saying. Hello, Cactuar Queen. Well. Look what Sprigatito dragged in. The Sprigatito dragged in. I like it. Here we go. Let's see. Pop out chat. All right, we're on top chat. Oh, can I change it right here? Can I change this? Live chat. Cool. Okay, it changed it to I guess live chat. Cool. Is there a giveaway? Oh my God, this guy pops in. First thing he wants to know is, where are the free ones? My God, bro. All right, give me a second. Let's see. We're grabbing this. We're going to get rid of all of these emails. I got 1 million emails to get rid of. I listed a lot of items on eBay over the weekend, too. That was another thing I did. A lot of cards that have been waiting to be listed on eBay. I've just been dragging my feet. We are no longer dragging them. Okay. Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Wow, it's basically the entire listing, the entire page is just junk emails. Not even one important email at all. I have to check, of course, one by one because I don't want to delete anything important. Oh my God. I listed like 50 items. All right, and we'll delete that. And we'll delete this. And let's take a quick look and see if that OP14 is finally on the way. It says awaiting shipment. So The only thing is, it could have been shipped by them personally with their own system. So, okay, that's fine. It's probably on the way. All right, good. Good. Let's close this. Well, I think we're ready. I think we've got everything. Yeah? No, we didn't pin the website yet. Hold on, let's pin the website. Hold on, we gotta do that last step. So the website has become very popular, especially with new people. New people prefer to use the website. So the website has become... Hey, that's me. Lower that. I gotta sneeze. Woo! Oh my God. All right. I don't know about all that sneezing, man. So let's go ahead and pin the website. Pin. I hate it in here, man. I sneeze too much in this room. You know, it's funny on occasion, but when you sneeze every single time, it's actually kind of unpleasant. It's kind of like throwing up. Did you notice that? Sneezing's like throwing up, but for your nose, for your lungs. And it's not great, sneezing all the time. It's the dust in this room. And I have a big air purifier. It just doesn't matter. There's just too much. It's just, I need to like vacuum the room. But how do I? There's like a gazillion surfaces in here, you know, created by all the dense product. So there's like, I'm not going to wipe every surface down. It's just impossible. Like 15 shelves. How many shelves are in here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, if you count the ones here. That baker's shelf, we got like 20 shelves. That's nuts, dude. And they've all got product on them. Crazy. All right. Well, I'm going to be sniffling, I guess. All right. Happy January 19th. How's it going, everybody? Happy Monday. We're all set up now, so we can have some fun. How's it going? Wow, somebody just pulled up in a Cybertruck. Why is that Nami so nice? But they did her neck and head like that. What's wrong with their neck and head? I mean, actually, if you look at their old style of drawing, if you look at One Piece's old style of drawing, her body would be longer and thinner normally. And that would match her neck. Her neck's a bit long, but it's very subtle. I don't think most people care. It's just a drawing, bro. Just a drawing. Every surface collects dust. I know, that's what I'm saying. It's the cat. You're going to get the Lake of the Ozarks silver coins of Missouri silver coin. There's a Lake of the Ozarks silver coin? Probably not. I don't buy silver that way. I don't buy it based off of like, oh, I live in this place. I do have silver. You think I should sell some? Silver prices are up. They're very expensive. It's like $90 an ounce, which is kind of crazy because once upon a time, it used to be like $25 an ounce not that long ago. Mickey Mouse, we're changing this. He's not going to be 600. He's going to be 2,000. Mickey Mouse cards. I'm taking a very aggressive stance on them at this point. You are? All right. Very nice. Okay. Wait, we need a different sticker. I actually really like this one. Man, I really like this one. Look how bright it is. It's an unusually bright Mickey Mouse card. Huh. Anyways, I don't think I should sell this one. I think this one should be stored. Long neck, not bad. Long, just weird angle. What? You guys think she looks weird? I think she looks great. There we are. All right. So that's going to be way more expensive now. And I would just be holding those. I really like the vintage Mickey Mouse cards a lot. They're from 1935. They're almost 100 years old. They're 9 years away from being 100 years old now. So I'm still going to be around in 9 years. And if this guy's still in my inventory, that's great. Here's Pikachu. Here's Mew. Here's the Boo. Whoa. All right. So, man, you take one day off and you feel like you're completely out of it. You feel like you've lost it's almost like you need a day-by-day feel for this stream. You take one day off and you lose that feeling. Oh, yeah, we got expensive cards over here. What do you think I do with these? You think I keep them here in my safe, or do you think I send them to PSA, get them out of my home? I'm tempted to just send them off to PSA. But then I can't make content on them anymore. Oh, right. I put this guy to the side because I didn't like that price. So this is the Ace of Clubs Bulbasaur from the Leaf Green deck, which kind of makes him a special card in my opinion. Crazy. All right. That's my thought too. Do you collect any Houndoom or Lucario cards? No, but I do sell them. So that means if I have one, it'll be available for you. Her head and neck definitely doesn't match your body. How much of the old silver coins are getting melted right now? Yeah, great question. Great question. You know, a lot of stuff's going to happen with the silver with this price jumping so much. Ooh. All right, that is a lovely Persian Tops 10. Let's get its population. Okay, let's see. Population 10. Now, that's population 10 for all different printed versions of the silver foil. And so I'm willing to bet there's fewer than 10. There's fewer than 10 of these. Fewer than 10 of the print series. This is Series 2 Silver Race. I'm willing to bet there's fewer than 10 of them. And I'm probably going to drop this up here for 1,000. All right. So I'm taking a more aggressive stance on Topps cards as well. I think they're exceptionally rare. They're just insanely rare. So hard to pull, so hard to grade. And, you know, I believe that Topps may have a set coming out around the corner, and Topps cards could highly likely jump in that time period. Here's a cool one. So this is Voltalam. It's a German card from Neo Discovery. That's Neo 2. And let's get a price tag on this. I already have a price in mind ahead of time. Getting some cards in front of you guys. All right. This card is actually Population 2. There's 2 of those in the world. All right. Voltalam's rare. Here's Releasing the Titans. Oh, man. So there's a Topps 10 on a Pokemon the Movie 2000s card. Crazy, dude. Aha, what are you? Oh, my. Do you collect Houndoom or Lucarios? Yeah, we graded up a pack of that the other day. That was a lot of fun. Only like 1 or 2 cards got a 10. That Voltalam was one of them. It's a very cute card. Turn this down real fast. All right, so again, that card is Pop 2. I could check the internet to see if the other one's for sale. Let's see. Fall to Lamb. I have a suspicion it's not. It's not. Okay, so somebody else owns one and he's not selling it. PSA 10 Releasing the Titans. Okay, there's no Releasing the Titans 10 for sale. I get to just kind of choose my own price. Let's examine the card for a second. What's going on here? We got Moltres on screen, Ash, Pikachu's tail, Misty. All right. We're going to ask 1,000 on this one. Okay, cool. So there's some pricier cards. I had some cards sell over the weekend on eBay. Let me tell you about them. Hold on. It's fun to talk about because you kind of learn what the market thinks, okay? The cards I sell on eBay are very similar to the cards I sell on the table. How was your weekend? Pretty boring. It's freezing cold out here. Karis and I tried to go for like a healthy walk, and her head got too cold, and she got a headache from that. And so we had to like rush her to the car and get the heat on. Yeah, we've never had that happen before. All right, so over the weekend, I sold 2 Hello Kitty cards for $85. The $85 Hello Kitty card, and the other one was $45. So there's the Hello Kitty cards. Makes me realize I shouldn't have listed the other one for $45 because the other one, the first one sold for $85, second one sold for $45. I don't know why I had one for $45. It was too cheap. And then very interestingly, yesterday, I had one of those Quest stickers. You remember the Quest stickers, right? I put them up here on the table. People generally didn't seem to want them. So I sold one of the lamest Quest stickers. It was a Grimer. Who spends money on Grimer? Sold for $850. $850 for Grimer, everybody. Here it is. Let me show you. There it is. Sold. $850. That's my Grimer. So there you have it. Quest stickers. Apparently very desirable. I'm glad I have several of the Charizards. I'm probably just going to hold those Charizards. The Grimer King was there. What kind of breaks you got going on? Hello, Gavin. Welcome. We have some of the best breaks on the internet. The whole internet is out there, and we got the best breaks. So check it out. We've got, this is a nice vintage Mew. Really, really nice. Affordable. That's what makes this cool. Like, you would think, oh, we should just do a PSA 10. Well, PSA 10 is like a $14,000 card. So this is a PSA 1, and it's at a much more doable price. People could actually collect this and not go broke. Here is Heartbreak Mew, and it's 1 in 17. It's a big card. It's a promo, which means they did not reprint this. This did not get reprinted once they were done printing the Ultra Premium collections. That's one of the reasons why he's a great card to collect. We got the Nami break for One Piece collectors. One guy's in the Nami break, Mr. Joseph Vargas. He's waiting for 7 more people to join. We have the Mega break with Nido King in it. Here's Nido King. He's one of the most important breaks on the table. He's a very clean card. Did I ever mention that? Let me show you just how clean this card is. So this is Nido King. Look at the centering. The centering's looking perfect, right? Now let's look at the front, the back of the card. Check out corner 1, corner 2, corner 3, corner 4. You see how clean that is? All right. So it's a very clean looking card. I own several Crystal Nido Kings. So this one is ironically one of the best looking ones. And it's only Gem 10. Let's zoom in. We don't see any print lines here. No print lines in the holo. He's an extremely good card. You know, CGC Gem 10s can be very nice. In fact, they can be the same or better quality than a PSA 10. The only difference is different label. Different label. And so people treat it like it's not valuable. Look at the centering on the back as well. Centering is no problem. Beautiful card. All right, anyways, that's Gem 10. It is Nido King. There we go. 2 people are in there for $400 each. Jesus Aguilera and Brett Love. You don't have to buy in for $400. You can buy in for $40 onto the sub list. The sub list, which gives you 1 in 10 odds of getting a mega spot. There it is. So there's 2 ways to get on this. And when he's done, we'll pick another cool card. And I'll feel very good about it because I've been doing this for 7 years. I've been helping people get a hold of rare Pokemon cards and other brands like One Piece, for example. I've been helping people get a hold of these for a long time. I must have handed out so many cards that went up in price for people. It's really a remarkable thing. Here's another interesting break. This is Base Set Squirtle, the set that started it all in 1996. It's a very desirable starter Pokemon card, right? Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, and eventually Pikachu in Pokemon Yellow. $40, 1 in 9, a very reasonable price here. And there's 2 people in here, Zach and another guy. That means there's 7 spots left. That's a very serious break. If you pull this card, don't resell it. Just hold it. It will go up in price. I know it will go up in price because I've seen it happen already. I've been watching a card like this for a long time. Now, I don't need it. The reason I work on acquiring cards like this and selling it is because I don't need it. I'm already pretty much set. I got cards like this in my collection that are just unbelievably expensive now. And so a card like this isn't as important to me to collect. But for you, if you're, not in the same position perhaps, a Squirtle's good. And it does go up in price. That's the important. In fact, in some ways, the Squirtle might be easier to go up in price than a big pricey Charizard because who's got the money to go higher than the price currently is? Not a lot of people. So Squirtle is a fantastic hold. Even as a piece of inventory, he could be a piece of inventory for someone just going up in price every time. Here are the trade slabs. You can stop and tell me to take the junk out of your bag and put it toward a spot in the trade. That's called a trade slab because it's there for you to get rid of the card you don't want out of your bag and take spots in these nice 10s. You'll notice they're both 10. So you could walk away with the nice 10, and isn't that better than just a bunch of ungraded, probably 9s and less of holos and EXs that you don't want? And what do I do with those cards? I take them, I process them. I might find one to grade, or I might find some to just put into junk packs. So I process the cards you don't want, and you can take a spot in an actual cute little break. So that's all that. We have this pack split over here, but not a soul is in it. And I think we're ready to end it and swap it out with maybe like the rocket pack. I think a rocket pack might do better. I'm not sure, but I think it would be more expensive. But people generally love rocket, so I'm tempted to do that with this guy here. Ooh, looks like we do have a giveaway. Let's see. Oh, the ZELLE giveaway. Here we go, the ZELLE giveaway, yes. Learn how to use ZELLE, guys. This will not be the first ZELLE giveaway. It will not be the only ZELLE giveaway is what I meant to say. There will be more ZELLE giveaways, promise. Now, Over here, we have the binder break. The binder break is just a bunch of ungraded cards that I keep pulling together and putting into the bag until the bag's so fat that you're like, yeah, I'll jump in there. In fact, here, let's grab a card right now for the binder break, shall we? Let's see. What do we have here? A little Parasect. I'll put a little Parasect in there. So that's a poker Parasect going in. We'll just keep expanding this. I got so many cards laying around. I don't actually have enough money to grade all the cards in my room. That's the truth. It costs a lot of money to grade 150 cards at a time, which is generally what we do, is about 150 at a time. And I don't have enough money to grade all my cards. So because I have so many more ungraded cards than graded cards. So I try to put together a nice bouquet of ungraded cards for you. You can grade the ones you want. You can look for 10s. You can put these in, I call it the binder break because they're ungraded. You can put them into your binder. It doesn't matter. Whatever you want to do. You could sell them as singles on eBay. Doesn't matter. If you jump into this break and you pull this, you're getting way more than $40 worth of cards. Costa Articuno, some baseball cards. See, this could be a good card to grade. I wouldn't know. I don't care about baseball. This came from an abandoned bag. It could be in perfect condition. I just don't care. I have so much of this. There's that Parasect. I have so much of this laying around. I can't deal with it anymore. Now this one, look, he won't grade 10, see? So there's plenty of cards in here. In general, your cards will not grade 10. But some of these tops probably will. These came out of fresh tops booster packs, and some of them are quite nice. So you could be looking at a 10 on some of these. Here's this lady, and it just kind of keeps going and going and going, and we'll just keep adding to it until you guys finally decide, all right, give me a shot at that. So it'll go off when it goes off. There's currently one person in it. Here's Burmy from XY. Here's a Karuta Mewtwo. Now, that's an old Karuta Mewtwo. That's from a long time ago. Here's a South Park Kangaskhan. We got Mimikyu. Here's another poker. You see a lot of pokers because I'm the poker card king, right? Since we're all calling each other kings right now. Totally made up. I just call myself the this, the that. Everybody likes to call it like there's some sort of like, you know, some sort of world leader or something like that. Jesus Christ. We don't do that so much over here, but I've always thought that that was goofy, you know, people call themselves the king or something like that. King Gary Pokemon, royalty, right? I'm royal. Kabuto King, which rhymes, which makes it better, huh? All right, we'll put this over here. All right, very nice. I heard your latest tag submission wasn't so good. Yes, but don't worry, it's not one with your guys' cards in it, just my cards. Let me put this back into the binder break. Just my cards in that submission, and really, it just proves that tag cards are graded at a very high standard. They're very harsh. I would say it feels slightly like it's a little bit tougher than PSA, because I swear PSA lets some of these 10s go through. But then again, PSA's been pretty tough lately as well. Like, look how clean this card is. Look at the actual centering on this card. Is pretty much flawless. The centering is amazing. And you check at the back of the card, and it's the same deal. The card's like flawless on the back. And so even if you didn't like tag, this is an easy regrade, which would cost you just a little bit of money. And some time, of course, maybe inconvenience. But I wouldn't even regrade it. The tag slab has such pristine-looking glass-like plastic. I would just keep the card in the tag slab and save some cash. You know, because see where the tag company goes over time. I think they're going to do well over time. And, yeah, I would value this just about the same as a PSA 10, to tell you the complete truth. We are? All right. Because I've been grading with them. I'm probably one of the people in the world right now that's graded the most with tag grading. There's probably, you know, like a list, top 10 people grading with tag. I'm probably somewhere on that list. And, well, I don't know if that's true. But what I can tell you is I'm probably on the top 100 list of people grading with tag somewhere. And I can tell you from 7 years of experience, they are very similar to PSA in their grade style. I think it's tougher. Like I'm intentionally setting my tops to PSA, not to tag, because I know tag is grading those tops harder than PSA is. Okay, we got this lovely One Piece 13. That's a hot item right now. That comes with the manga Luffy. So we know that. We've been talking about it for a little while. Pricey booster pack. Chance for a $20,000 manga card. It's pretty insane. And then over here, we've got this lovely 100 start deck, right? So this is the 100 start deck. We're still selling it. The cards in here are exclusive. There's artworks like ARs that do not show up in Mega Dream. Oh, here's a pack we might do a pack split on. This little Avatar. I was looking. We never sold even one pack of Avatar. We added it to the menu, and it was an afterthought. People were like, I'm buying this other stuff. So we may need to do a pack break on Avatar. We was Kangs. That's right. Yeah, everyone wants to call themselves the king of this, the king of that. It's kind of, I don't know what to think about it. You know who doesn't call themselves the king of anything? PSA, BGS, CGC. Serious groups don't call themselves the king of stuff. It's kind of a odd thing to say, right? Like I own a lot of poker cards. I don't call myself the king of poker cards. It's kind of a silly title. So here is Spiro. Ooh, it's silly and you don't have to respect it. All right, let's check the queue. Let's see if there's any orders in on this fine Monday in the middle of January. How you guys doing? What is it? It's Monday, January 19th. It's very cold outside. We're having true January weather out here. Spiro? Yeah, we got Spiro. We got all of it. All right. Let me jump over here. Slow start so far. I don't see any orders. Let me check the orders queue on the website. The website's becoming a big deal over time, man. Most orders are coming through on the website. We're in the first 20 minutes of the stream. How's it going, everybody? The last order on the website was from Alberto Arredondo for 65. Man, it's become a big thing. I'm freezing. Kabuto King is not a rhyme, is alliteration. You're right. Maybe I just used the word rhyme because it's makes more sense, but you're right. There's probably a technical term for when two words sound close to each other, like a rhythm, as opposed to actually rhyming, like Kabuto, Mamudo, or something like that. Oh, whoa. We're not opening this. My scissors ready to go. So let's try one of these. I'll place it up on the table, give it a chance to breathe. We are. Do you plan on making a trade deal with Kabuto King? No. What are you talking about? I have two of the best. Actually, I think the other card came in, didn't it? I have two of the best Kabuto cards in the hobby. I guess I'm the Kabuto King now. He's got a whole bunch of ungraded, stinky ones that are quite ugly, to be frank. I've got the actual desirable Kabutos. And maybe he does too, I don't really know. But if he wasted all of his money on a bunch of sub-10, plain fossil cards when there's the legendary collection and the vending Kabuto, that's his decision as a collector to do that. But the real Kabuto Kings own this guy. And they own the legendary collection Kabuto. It's so clear. Those are the actual grails. And they're graded 10. So, it's funny that somebody can buy a bunch of cheap cards and then just call themselves the king. I don't think that that's maybe the rest of the internet hasn't caught up with how silly of an idea that is. I could take $10,000 and buy a whole bunch of rocket Diglets. Am I the Diglet king? You know what I mean? So it's like it's an interesting subject. Let me go ahead and grab the sticker. All right. Here we are. Very good. We're going to place this, where are we going to place this? In the corner. We like it in the corner here on the side. Now, that's Magic the Gathering Avatar, and it's from a collector booster box. Let's go check out our price on those. I don't think it's a very expensive set, right? This is a cheaper one. So under Magic, Avatar was priced at $44. Let me see how I feel about that, okay? So what I'd like to do is take a second. I'm going to look at some competitors' prices and see what their prices too. I actually do that all the time if you guys didn't know that. So Avatar. All right. So our price is actually $11 cheaper than royalties right now, and nobody bought it anyways. But we're probably going to match royalties at least. His prices tend to be pretty competitive too. So we're going to raise it to $55 because it's probably underpriced at this point. We're also going to check another one. So give me a second. Let's check another one. So this shall be, I don't know how to look this up. Let's see. My cabbages. Pretty sure Rattle is right. Kabuto King is some crypto guy who managed to pull off a grift. Yeah, it is a bit of a grift. All of YouTube's a bit of a grift. When you come in, you start spewing your words and all that. There's a bit of it's like a chant. It's like a prayer. Please agree with me. It's a little bit of that. But you as an audience can decide where's the value really. You as an audience can be like, I can think for myself. Here's what I really think is going on. And that's what's probably most important. All right. Let me see. Oh, I remember now. Okay, hold on. Hello, it's me, the Espeon King. Oh, yeah. You're the Espeon King. Why? Because you called yourself that. Wow. But no, I mean, when you want to announce that somebody has the best collection, what does that actually entail? Buying a bunch of cheap sub 10 commons? Or maybe it should actually be about collecting the actual grails of that card, which you usually cannot do. All right, give me a second. All right, so our price was underpriced on the One Piece avatar. Maybe we were just lowering our prices ever. We'll have our price be 54, actually. Let's have our price be a little lower. Avatar is going to be 54. We're hitting save on that. Let's update the website. Let's see. We're backing out of here. Oops. There we go. Anyone want to jump into OP13 pack break with me? Oh, if you're jumping in there, I'd love to see another person jump in there. All right, now let me look up our website. We got to jump over to products here. All right. Did you guys watch Avatar when you were young? I watched it. Oh, the Avatar's not on the website. I'm going to go to Tammy. Wait, maybe I should add it to the website. Let me try this. Hold on. So let's choose add new product. No, let's go back by one. And let's look up, oops. Let's look up Magic so we can see how the formatting of the title works. Let's try Magic the Gathering. Oh, cool. So nothing is titled as Magic the Gathering. Let's try MTG. That doesn't seem right. Let me try. What's one of our Magic sets? Are none of the Magic sets on the website? Maybe that's why Magic's not selling as much. Let's try Tarkir. Tarkir. Oh, there it is, Tarkir. But if you're searching for Tarkir, does it not show up? Let me go to search. Magic. Oh, we got to change that. Okay. MT. Oops. So when you do a search on our website, you should be able to type in Magic or MTG and be able to find. So I'm gonna give Tammy some recommendations. Oh, and let me check the website for Avatar then also, right? Because it still seems Avatar's not added. Oops. Okay, Avatar's not in the website. So I got some changes to make. Some website updates. Add Magic the Gathering or MTG to oops, to all of the Magic the Gathering items so that it can be found with a search. Add, let's see, Avatar, collectible. Oh, wait, it should be called Collector Booster Box Item to Menu. There we go. Very nice. So Miss Tammy, she has been updating the website for us for a little while, and she does a great job, and we even pay her a little bit to do it. All right. Under categories, try Doctor Who. I think most of us are not children. True. So this is expensive. This is $27, 1 and 2. It actually makes the One Piece packs look kind of cheap. What's going on with that? That's called a collector booster. And Magic the Gathering does licensing for specialty products, and then they put them into these collector boosters. And those collector boosters are only printed one time, and they tend to get really expensive over time. At least I think they're only printed one time. I'm pretty sure it's true. Okay, so this is a pack split for the Avatar. We've not posted this before, so it's first time having an option to do that. Here's the sub list for Ancient Origins. Don't forget about that. Now, a lot of stuff to choose between on the table, man. There's a lot of stuff. I can give you my opinion on what I think is doing best in the hobby if you guys want. We do a lot of talking. We do a lot of thinking. And there are just some good ideas and bad ideas or gambles that you think are better with this way or that way. You can ask me what I think is best to be acquiring right now. All right. Let me hit reload here. probably say it's going to be cold. We're going to click on this. That's true. So here's Mr. Wildbeer. He is jumping into the One Piece pack. Here we go. How's it going, Mr. Wildbeer? It's nice to see you again, man. All right. We're setting this over here. Boop. The Fallout MTG was nice. Annoying, it became so expensive. Well, and that's my point, is these come out and they're nice, and then they get really expensive over time. And it's like, got it. So with that product, with the Magic product, you got to enjoy it early because it gets so expensive so quickly. Javier says OP13 break. All right, there is a ton of interest in the OP13 break. Here we go. Now remember, you guys don't have to risk being in a break for a pack. It's totally available to purchase directly. You can just go buy a pack of this. Oh, I put you in the wrong pack there, Wildbeer. How'd I do that? There we go. That's the wrong pack. That's right. There we go. Very nice. And while we're at it, let's grab a fresh pack. So you guys can skip this whole, gym battle thing, this little fun gym battle, and go directly toward opening a pack for virtually the same price. But I don't know, people like this. They like the gym battles a lot. Kind of funny. I got eggs for $2.19 today. Ooh, that's really affordable. Eggs got up to like $6 for a little while, didn't they? Thanks for the hand reveal. Hey, what's up, Mr. Focus Objectives? That's right, I got hands, everybody. One of the reasons maybe it didn't sell? Hello, it's me, Espeon King. Oh my gosh, my cabbages. I'm proud of my Lieutenant Surge's Furo 10. I have this one from Mr. That is actually a good Furo to hold. Very nostalgic Furo, that one. All right, you ready? Oh, wow. Starting with the Skeledirge isn't a problem. Javier, there's a couple things that can beat that Skeledirge. Another Skeledirge. There's 2 in the deck. But also the switch. So there's a called card switch. There's a card called switch. I gotta say that properly. And there's a computer surge. Also Ditto. Ditto would beat Skeledirge, wouldn't he? Oh, Meloetta. Boom. First round goes to Wildbeer. Yeah, so you had like a 4 in however many cards in this deck there are. Odds of beating that Skeledirge. With the goal of tying, really. Here's an energy card. Oh, you're so ahead, Wildbeer. Here goes. Oh, but Garchomp's are very strong. Oh my gosh, Wildbeer's just kicking your butt, dude. He is definitely using Switch on Garchomp. Now you're going to have an energy card. Wow, now we go back to Wildbeer. Oh no, the Switch didn't help him. He pulled Squovit. All right, Wildbeer, you're depending on... No, there's absolutely no way for you to win because your opponent has a fire energy. Okay, so there it is. So it's all tied up now. Wildbeer and Javier. It's a tie. Yeah, that switch looked like it was going to save you from the Garchomp. But the real problem was you pulled Squovit. Darn it. All right, here goes. Round 3. We got Fui Coco. Oh, this game is looking like it's Javier's. It is. Javier, you win. All right, Javier gets the pack. Now that part is over. The real question is, what's actually in the booster pack? Could be nothing. Could just be a bit of fun we're having here just to find out that there's nothing in the pack. All right. Sorry about that, Wildbeer. Whew. Yeah, that switch came out. I thought it was all over for Javier at that point, and Squovit got you. Darn. All right. Here we go. Topps cards. I'm believing that they're a big opportunity set right now. 2 hollow ones. You got it, baby. All right. I'm pissed. Hey, what's up, Lurkin Lowry, Carlton Wicks? I like how you added the Carlton Wicks because I can know who you are all the time. That's really nice. So, Javier. We have a fresh round of OP13 running. You don't have to be in a break. You can just buy them outright. But we can host as many of those gym battles as you want. You guys seem to love those. You really do. So here's an Appleton. Freaking Appleton, dude. That card ought to be sent off to eBay. I actually doubt anyone's ever going to buy this. Let me see. Now, somebody might actually buy this. This is a one-piece error card right here. The bow is an error. And it was only in the first print run. Okay. So we're asking a moderate $45, and it's a first print wave error card. Just a fun little thing to collect and have in your collection, and you can make content about it. You know, content gets you attention, it gets you subscribers, so you can tell people, look, I've got the error card. It's a fun little thing. Javier Arroyo, one live custom. You got it, one live costume. So the live customs, they're pretty scary. Okay. 1, 2, 3. Appleton, how cute. And 1. Ready? Looks like you're pulling Charlie Brown. Here comes Woodstock already for our annual winter hike. It's a cute card, man. Annual winter hike, huh? That's what Karis and I were doing. We were walking in the Hahatonka Park. On the top of the park, there's like a big hill you can drive up, real steep, and you can walk on the top of the cliffs. And it was just blowing cold wind. There was a bunch of people there, surprisingly, and they all looked similarly like they were freezing to death. And Karis's head gets so cold, she stops me. She's like, my head's too cold. Like she'd never had that happen before. And she looked really worried. So I took my hat off and put it on top of her head. And she developed a headache from having a cold head. Have you guys ever had that happen? Here is Mr. Mike's side. He wants a spot in the 151 Mew break. You must be a Mew fan. Here we go, Mr. Mike's side. Good luck in there. So you're in both of the Mew breaks now. All right. Here it is. This is a 1 in 17. Maybe you should just have its own bag. I think it'd be better to put this into a Heartbreak bag. Goes. So Heartbreak moves by 1. When people buy into a break, it's almost like a vote of what they think is most fun to open. I'm a Mew fan. Goes Espeons, then Mew, then Typhlosion. Oh, I didn't know you were a fan of Typhlosion. Man, I need a list of everybody's favorite Pokemon because that will help me target what to grade to make or what to purchase, you know, like if I'm buying a vintage slab, because that will help me know, man. Like, for example, we know Alexandra, she likes Fearow, so that increases the odds that I grade or acquire some kind of nice, desirable Fearow in the hobby just to host a break for her. I do that kind of stuff, you know. I pay attention to that kind of stuff. Remember last year when we found out about Gay Flosion? Gay Flosion. He wasn't gay, but he was a bad dude. There it is. That's a good idea. Yeah, if I knew everybody's favorite cards. There it is. All right. Maybe we can create a channel in the Discord server where you can list your favorite Pokemon. That'd be fun. And that can affect how I choose, you know, what to acquire. So, Dark Metal Energy. This is a top-tier card. It is PSA 10. By the way, did I mention we're getting closer to tax season, and I'm going to owe a lot of taxes. So I'm going to be reaching for things to sell. It looks like the cheapest copy of this card is about $1,100. I'll be reaching for things to sell to pay my taxes. And this is on that list of things to sell. I'm getting a call. Should I take the call? I better not. I'm not going to take the call midstream. That person I have to call back. All right. $1,000. Cool. How do I turn this off? Take it. Okay, I think I put it away. All right. Now, that was Mike's side. Thank you so much, Mr. Mike's side. Let me go back to the website, see if there's anything going on with the website. Nope. All right, we're just starting slow out today on this fine Monday. Take it. I bet PokeRev knows everyone's favorite card, says P-Brad. They invented voicemail for a reason. Do I have a voicemail? I don't know if I have one. So let's go over here into our Discord server. And What could so if I was going to create a channel where we look up everyone's favorite Pokemon, what would the name of a channel like that be? So this is not just a holographic card. This is the cosmic print. They're calling it fourth print. I call it cosmic holo because it's got like these little glistening stars or something in the background. See that? Kind of like what Topps Chrome does, but this is actually Series 1, which makes this incredibly rare. And I do have a price in mind. All right. But let me go take a look just to be sure. Spiro Topps. Okay, give me a second. Yeah, so I've already got a price of mine. We're gonna do about 150 on this one. There it goes. He's not insane. CGC 10s go for a little less than PSA 10s. If that had been PSA 10, we'd have asked quite a lot more. $500 Spiro incoming. Thanks for the paid holiday, Martin. What are you talking about? Oh, is it Martin Luther Day? Martin Luther King Day? I have a dream. All right. Very nice. Let me hit refresh. What is about a CGC Pristine? Oh, if it was CGC Pristine, probably similar to what I would have asked for a PSA 10. I actually like PSA 10s and CGC Pristines. I think they're both nice. Let's look for a card that we could crack out and regrade. Since I've been doing that. Like this guy. All right, guys, get a little work done while we're live. You guys ever crack your slabs out? All right. So we have Avatar: The Last Airbender collector booster pack for sale and being offered as a pack split now. As a gym break, I should say. One-piece gym break just went off today. Here we are. Ooh. We priced up a couple slabs onto the table, including this really nice Dark Metal Energy from Team Rocket Returns. I suppose I should get its population up on the table, too. It's an extremely rare card. Very hard to grade. What's cool about that one is we actually graded that one ourselves a long time ago. So I graded that one 10. All right, let's see how we're looking. There we go. Very nice. Don't forget to polish the card before sending it in. Yeah, you see all that card repair going on? I don't know about that. Does that really work? I mean, do they not detect that it's being polished with, like, filler? I feel like that's something that should be detectable. All right, what we got? Makes you question your 10s, you know. Well, we don't do anything like that to our cards. We don't put any gels or any fillers on our cards when we grade them 10. They're true 10s. The most I've ever done is maybe you got a little popped up corner or edge, and we just kind of smooth that out. And I think that that's way more legit because we haven't really done anything to the card. My skin's peeling there. That's that cut. All right. There we go. Oh, yeah. Executor. Look at that Executor. Lovely. Off to PSA he goes. A little Haktua. That's right. Haktui. Mister, we need a new pack split. You made a new pack break, but not a new pack split. Yeah, I was thinking of swapping over to like Team Rocket or something like that. Something people generally always like. Although I was thinking about it, the last time we did Team Rocket, that was slow too. I think it's just the case that, you know, vintage packs, they don't cost like they used to. They cost a lot of money now. All right, we'll write P on this just so we don't accidentally send it back to Beckett. We don't want to send it back to Beckett. Beckett will just give it another 9.5. A little Haktua and spit on that thing. All right, let's see over here. All right, let's check this. The Topps Pokemon boosters. All right. So here's that Ditto break as well. We showed that off, didn't we? Actually, I think this is the closest one to going off, isn't it? The Ditto break's the closest one. We are. That's a 3. And here's our little Ivysaur, lovely. Weedle, that's a W. Gengar, huh? High-class Gengar. So he should be like $100 in a PSA 10. It's kind of a bummer, isn't it? Selling these BGS 9.5s is a bummer because you have to sell them at such a lower price. Here's a Hello Kitty card for $55. I swear this could go for $85 on eBay. I just send this off to eBay probably. All right. Off to eBay it goes. Here's Abra for $70. Here's Checklist. Here's Darkrai. Lovely. Tell me about your week, guys. How's your weekend going? I played a lot of games. I did a lot of work. I did a ton of work over the weekend. I was mostly working, I think. This goes into the All Slabs channel. Take a picture. Abra, Darkrai, Gengar, and Ivysaur. Perfect. Okay. Take a picture there. So really beautiful slabs. Very affordable ones. Out of this group, my favorite card is the Ivysaur on the right because I believe he's a true vintage card, 2004. See, that's the same time period as the Gold Stars. Let me show you. Looks like this. So this is 2006. He's 2004. He actually predates it. So this is truly vintage. You're looking at a vintage card, and somehow it only costs $125, and it's a PSA 10. So how's that possible? Well, it's possible because people are still discovering poker cards and deciding how they feel about them. I think that's why there's so much opportunity there. All right. We have Gimme Ghoul, an absolutely terrible Pokemon. Here's Grottle. Grottle's kind of cute. He's got the Merrills on him, too. I'm going to put this guy back here to be tossed onto eBay. We're going to toss him onto eBay, probably. Pikachu. We got McDonald's Pikachu, of course. Here's The Girls Hugging is the Disney card. And here's Arbok. It's a nice card. Might have to give that one away. Let's send this one off to eBay as well. I just got back from the Dominican Republic last night. Tell me about it. Did you party? Did you rock out with your card out? I'm going to double check this Charmander. He's got no dots down here. So time to check his price. This is a very serious card. This is a high chance of selling. Classic Japanese Charmander. One of the things that was really selling a lot last week, if you guys were paying attention, the Poke Shuffles and the live customs. People are really catching on to how fun those are. And so you're seeing more and more of those sell. All right, so this card is underpriced. He's not for sale yet. I'm looking for one. Is there one in the U.S.? Wow, the cheapest one in the U.S. is $153. Look at this. I want to show you guys something. So this is the first one being sold in the U.S. And check out what it says. Ships in the U.S., no duty. No duty, huh? So people are noticing how the import fees are affecting the price. Now, I don't care about it being no duty, but we do want to calculate for duties. I'm saying duty a lot. So the cheapest one is actually this Japanese one. It comes out to a total of $85, but now we're going to add 15%. Comes out to about $98. So we have the cheapest one in the United States right here on our table. It's going to be $100. If you don't like mine, you have an option on eBay for $145 plus $10 shipping. So ours is cheaper by like $55. Very nice. That card's definitely going to continue to be held and looked at, and because it's so pretty. Charmander, really lovely. Didn't party too hard. I'm getting too old for that. What? What are you talking about, fam? You're not too old. Let's see. You didn't party too hard. Ugh. You're only as old as you are. Okay, what do we got here? We got this beautiful Beedrill. Wow, I priced that for only $50 and nobody bought it. That's kind of actually surprising. That's very cheap. Let me look this up online and see what the price is. PSA 10 Topps Beedrill. All right, we want the cheapest one. There are no hollows. Okay. Let's see. I'm pooping every day again. God is good. Nice. Every day? That's a lot. Let's move this over here. Okay, so we'll keep this Beedrill at 50. Actually, I think he'd be a pretty fun break himself. So we haven't been hosting a lot of these gym breaks on individual cards, but I'd like to offer it on this Beedrill. Here's a chance to own a vintage Beedrill, 1 out of 2. Let me tell you guys something. If they really do announce a new Pokemon Topps set, you realize these older Topps cards are probably going to go wild, right? If they introduce a new Topps set, here's what's going to happen. People are going to have a great time opening Topps cards. They're going to have a genuinely good time. And then afterwards, they're going to be searching PSA 10 Topps Pokemon. That's what they're going to be searching. And all of these already existing vintage Topps cards are going to be seen over and over and over again. So these cards go up in price if a new Topps set comes out, and a lot of people are speculating that it is about to happen for the 30th anniversary because we saw those signature cards, right? Remember, we saw the signature. It appeared to be Topps sticker signatures. So if a new Topps set comes out, we see all these Topps cards likely do jump in price. How much? We don't know, but they likely do jump. Ooh, here's a cute little boobies girl with wide hips, and she's got a little sucker, and she's hanging out in the water. I don't know what to do with this. That's a 9.5, huh? We were asking 85 on a 9.5. Look, I don't collect girl cards, so I don't really care as much about holding these long term. I know there's a great market for them out there. I'm just going to drastically reduce this and offer to get this off my table. So that's now just $40. Very good card. Could easily regrade into a 10 and be worth a lot more. There's the boobies card. Here's Iona. So we've been reducing our Ionas from BGS to $35. This one will be reduced as well. Hey, mister, how we doing? Was that enough? Yes, sir. Thank you for finishing off that Snorlax. You got him at a great discount based on how his price went up over time. Are you happy with that? So he's now sitting in the shipping area, but he doesn't ship out unless you order shipping, okay? Just letting you know that. I think you knew that. And he's ready to go. You can keep buying cards and keep adding to your current, what would you call it? Current bag, I guess. Bulbasaur, man, he looks great. This Bulbasaur looks fantastic. Is he really just 35? You got a good card at a good price thanks to Slab Away. How cool is that? A lot of collectors don't even know that top cards exist, so yeah, they will see an increase for sure. Yeah, so what'll happen is every average person will start searching Topps Pokemon online, and they'll run into the vintage Topps Pokemon, and that will certainly increase interest in them. So there's a fun little break. You can jump in there. It's $25. One person walks away with it. The other person does not. Now, let's see. Absolutely. I think I have other slabs and cards, so I will wait and get some more rips in soon. Thank you again. Sounds great, man. Thinking about snatching up the other old maid Deoxys. Shake my head. A confident girl. Yeah, you like him? He's a good-looking card, and so it never hurts to have more of a good-looking card in your collection, especially if you particularly like that. Here's Magic the Gathering in OP13, waiting for people to join. Of course, you can just buy these packs outright. We just had a round of OP13 go off. Nothing popped out. Maybe the next round will be hot. Here's Victini. This is a first-time order card. Ooh. So if you're watching this and you've been holding off on pulling the trigger on buying a card here on the table, you really ought to give it a try sometimes. We got a lot of fantastic giveaways, which, by the way, I need to set one up. We have a lot of fantastic giveaways. We have a community that's been hanging around for like 6 years. And this is a lovely Ace of Diamonds, legendary Pokemon Victini Poker that will almost definitely grade 10. Look at the centering. Fresh, brand new deck. That's a first-time order. It does have to be a minimum order of $20 for the free card, okay? Can't be like $2. It's too low. All right. It will cause people to generate fake accounts. Let's see. So this is Adventure Time, Gunter. And I was trying to sell him for $30 in a 9.5, and nobody on the table wanted him. What will happen to him now, he'll be cracked out and regraded with PSA, and when he comes back, PSA 10, he'll probably be listed on eBay for about $100. That's what'll happen. And I bet you he sells too, because somewhere out there is an Adventure Time collector. They're not hanging out with us. There's only 55 of us here in the stream, but there's probably going to be somebody on eBay, and he's going to buy it. And funny enough, he's going to pay more for it on eBay. He'll pay a higher price to compensate for the 13% eBay fees, and he'll pay taxes on eBay. Did you guys notice when you buy slabs on the table, there's no taxes. You don't have to pay taxes when you check out. That's because I pay the taxes. It's already calculated. It's already in the cost of the product. So that's one of the advantages sometimes. Let's say you had a slab for $100 on eBay and a slab for $100 on my table. You save almost $10 buying it here rather than eBay, because eBay takes that 13% from me, and it takes almost 10% taxes for most of you. Some people have a bit of a lower tax, but usually it's about 7, 8, or 9%. Some states are a little higher than others. So we both save some money doing business here instead of eBay. But on eBay, I just raised the price of the card, and then it still sells. It's crazy. So eBay's a crazy place. Yeah, like that Grimer. You know that Grimer? I just showed it off at the beginning of the stream. The Grimer, we just sold it for $850. Here's the wild part. We sold one of those Grimers on this table for $240. $240. You got the discount over here on the table. On eBay, I get more serious. I get tougher. I go, okay, well, it's eBay. Let's do our top price. Because it can just sit there and sit there and sit there and be exposed to the whole world as long as I want it to be. We are? All right. Good true. I hate eBay. I sell a card for $200 and get about $240. Yeah. Yeah, eBay's rough, man. They do take a large cut. However, they do make it easy for buyers to buy. And they're like the marketplace where people meet up. So that's what they get for being the marketplace. But you're often paying that eBay premium. I pay a fee and you pay a tax, and it's no good for either of us. So off to PSA this shall go. Or yeah, I said that right. Off to PSA this shall go. BGS, man, really killing me with those 9.5s. 9.5s, not terribly popular. A great deal for buyers. Nice. So this Iona actually came out of Battle Partners. It was a card you had to pull. Let's go look its price up real fast. What are we doing right now? We're pricing up slabs. I have almost endless amounts of slabs to price for you guys. And when we're done pricing them all, then we got to reprice them because a month has gone by. All right, let's see what you're saying. Grunt says, can I slab away 2 more after I finish my current 2? I don't know what you're referring to. If you told me what you meant, then I could look into that. I might try consignment with TCC instead of eBay. Something to consider maybe. So it's just a bit of fun. If you want to send your cards over here, it's just a passive, easy way to sell your cards. I'll work with you on it if you want to. Chuck Diesel says, I love your content. Thank you so much, Chuck Diesel. We post a lot of shorts. I have 2 channels for posting shorts. Did you know that? So we have a second channel called TheCardconomist Clips. And Mike Site's not posting over there. I think it's just me right now. I might try consignment. I love your content. I hate eBay. Yeah, eBay's pretty tough. Fancy Fork says, keep it up. Thank you so much, Fancy Fork. I had a great week last week, surprisingly. It didn't look like it because we had like moments in the stream where it was slow. But if you look at the physical numbers, it's doing very well. Kind of suggests that a couple guys come in and go very deep, and that's what pushes the channel around right now. But also these eBay sales are something else, man. I told you yesterday, or not yesterday, I told you guys a couple streams ago, I sold my Holland Phantom Manectric for $2,000 on eBay, which was almost like a made-up price. I was like, let's try $2,000, because I thought that it would probably, the real value of the Manectric was closer to about $800. That's what I felt it was probably actually worth. But I posted it to eBay for $1,000 and it $2,000, and it actually sold. And then I sold this Don Kyoto One Piece 2024 Beckett Pristine 10 for $650. Sold a couple of Hello Kitties and a Grimer. eBay's eating up my cards, guys. It's eating them up. So it's very fascinating to see that, and it shows that the market is actually very strong. Let's see this PSA 10 Ionos Watrell. Yeah, if you're paying $850 for an experimental Grimer, that's a very strong sign for the market. People are feeling very, very positive about where Pokemon cards are going, price-wise anyways. So Watrell number 104, if I can just get a price on this, that'd be nice. Let's see. There's got to be one of these listed for sale. Is there really not one for sale? I see a bunch of people selling them together. Let me check sold. And what is this music? This music's bad. I'm Grant. I want to slab away 2 more. All right, let's see what Grant's talking about real fast. Slab away. Gligar and Murkrow. Oh, yeah, I remember those. In hindsight, those are now probably underpriced. Isn't that crazy? So you've got a great price on those. All right. Yeah, those are now considered cheap at that price. So the market continues to kind of churn ahead. This is Wattrell, right? So nobody's selling this separately. That's so weird. That almost seems BGS 9.5 are such a BS grade. Are they really? I can't find somebody selling this as a single. It just doesn't make sense to me. Oops, looks like we got to plug the iPad in real fast. Let me try taking a picture of this, because I swear to God that's not correct. How can this not be being sold as a single card? There must be millions of them getting graded, right? Every single modern card gets graded to death. Oh, no, that's the promo. What is this? Oh, that's a custom card. Ooh, that's a dangerous thing, man. So this Chinese grading company, look at this, guys. This Chinese grading company, I believe that's a Chinese grading company, right? They've taken this Gengar, and I saw him, and I said, I've never seen that artwork. And I clicked on it, and I realized it said custom. That's not good. That's bad stuff. That's First of all, that's copyright theft. And second, that's gonna scam somebody down the road. Somebody's gonna think that that's real, and they're gonna buy it like an idiot and lose a bunch of money. So that is definitely not good. So I cannot find a Journey Together Iona Wattrell. We're raising our price to 60. If you guys can find this for sale online as an individual card, let me know. All right. Say 60 here. Wow. DR Mewtwo CGC 10 for 400 and won a 151 Surprise Pikachu. Gabriel got a good deal on CGC Pristine. All right, here we are. Very nice. We've got another Dedenne. How many of these Dedennes? Dedenne Old Maid. I guess Dedenne was one I decided to always grade. Let's see. So this guy is for $40. He's a $40 card, is he? Lovely. Okay. $40. Very nice. Here's, oh, Ganondorf. That was a $40 poker card. I've actually sent to grade a fresh round of these because these have all sold out. I guess this one did not sell. So here's one that remains. It's Ganondorf, King of Diamonds. We were selling him for $40. It's a super reasonable price for any 10 to be just $40. Here you are. So if you're a Zelda fan, you might want this Ganondorf. There it goes. Welcome, guys. Happy Monday. Not much going on in the news. Just more talk about Greenland. That's the talk these days. There's Greenland. There's Minnesota. It's all kind of news that isn't super fun. I think there's a Dedenne for 42 in the Discord. Nice. And this one's going to be a little bit cheaper than that one. All right, let's take a refresh on this as well. All right. So today, Monday, January 19th, slow stream. What if I can tempt you guys with a fun little pack here? Let's see. How about this Lorcana pack? Where do we sell our Lorcana from? I'd love to see Lorcana get opened. I never get to see Lorcana. Oh, speaking of which. So, okay, there's that ZELLE slab again. Check this out. So that's the jumbo pack break. This is another popular thing that we offer on this table. Here's Rayquaza, Umbreon. We've got this pink guy, whose name I forget, Resurgence of Power. We've got Gem 2, Mega Dream, Inferno X, Animal Crossing, One Piece 13, Power Absorbed. Here's Lost Abyss, Pokemon Go Promo, Stellar Crown, Kaiju number 8, Triplet Beat, Marvel and Pixar, Fusion Art, Destined Rival English, Mega Evolution English, Fortnite, Phantasmal English, SpongeBob, Rascal, here's Fruitiger Psy, Card Wars, a My Little Pony pack, Solo Leveling 1 and Solo Leveling 2. So we got a big, fat bag for the jumbo pack break. And people just seem to enjoy these a lot for the entertainment value, but maybe they also just enjoy getting so many packs for just $40. if you get pulled out of there. Let's go ahead and put another pack in there while we're at it, shall we? So if we're allowed to put another pack in there, let's put another one of these rocket packs. I really like Team Rocket. There we go. So that's going in now. It's now more valuable than it was before. So we're sweetening the deal on that. All right. Bye. The German news about Greenland were interesting in a not-so-good way. Yeah, there's definitely some tension building. I think that what's really being tested is the relationship between the United States and Europe and the usefulness of that relationship. I think that Trump probably sees our relationship with Europe as sort of just a military socialism. And now he's saying, well, we want, Greenland. We're demanding Greenland. And I think it shows you that there has to be like a real benefit for everybody involved for a relationship to last. We are. So the United States has a lot of relationships with many countries that are not in NATO. And like China, for example, is not in NATO. And that's probably one of our best relationships. We do so much business with China. And they don't force us to sort of like socialize their military, offer a sort of like socialized military defense or anything like that. China just makes us money. They're not part of NATO. They're basically our competitor too. They actually drive a lot of the reason to have a military. But it's kind of ironic that they're also one of our biggest trading partners. It's fascinating. Same with like Mexico. Like we like Mexico. I don't think is Mexico part of NATO? Actually, I don't know. I just assumed it's not. Is Mexico part of NATO? No, Mexico's not a NATO member. So Mexico's not a part of NATO, but we do a ton of business with Mexico. And we don't have to build a military for them and say, oh, don't worry, we'll protect you from Russian aggression or anything like that. Or like if they're having a problem in one of the southern countries, we don't go, oh, we better go in and fix that for you for free. You know what I mean? We don't do that for Mexico. And I think the United States is looking at those countries saying, hey, maybe we should have to be paid to be the big military sponsor of NATO, or maybe we should just have Greenland if Greenland's just going to sell off chunks of itself to our competitor, China. So I think that's what's going on. And Europe is sort of faced with this scenario where it's like, your relationship to the United States can't just be free stuff. That can't be it. And I think that the World War II, the connection we had through World War II is being tested. It's an old allyship from like 100 years ago. Everybody's changed. The people have changed. We're like Mexican now over here. And you guys in Europe, you're not the same either. London's not British. Paris is not French. I think Germany is still mostly German. I don't know if that's true, though. I haven't actually looked into that before. All right, King Gambit. Here's Deoxys. Here's Deerling. Here's Gyarados. They go in box number 1. Perfect. There we go. But, I was learning a bit about the Greenland thing. So Donald Trump is very ambitious. He wants to build an anti-nuclear bomb military thing that would basically cause nukes to become obsolete. Could you even imagine a post-nuclear, reality? We're also used to that word nuclear bomb. That's all we talk about. That's all we care about. Nuclear bombs. Big bombs that can do a lot of damage. He wants to build, similar to what they have in Israel, he wants to build an anti-nuclear bomb system. And he wants to build it in Greenland. That's the trick. He wants it in Greenland. And then Greenland is busy, instead of, Greenland's busy being surrounded by Chinese and Russian warships. That's actually true. I looked it up. And those places are kind of exploring the Arctic because they want it to be a new shipping route. But not that. They also like it because it's a strategic place to set a nuclear submarine, if you didn't know that. So Denmark can't defend Greenland, so we do it for Denmark. And it just doesn't make sense. Denmark doesn't pay us to do it, but they want to keep the land. And the only way they're able to keep it is because we defend it for them for free. So it's a kind of war socialism, just like Ukraine. We defend Ukraine. We give all our money to Ukraine to fight off Russia. What do we get out of that? What's the point of it? It's to just sort of keep this old World War II concept that America's so strong that no one's allowed to take land anymore. And that idea is bound to fail over time because of the cost of it. Look at that beautiful Hypno. Isn't that cool looking? So those ideas, I think, are kind of being challenged right now. I really do think that they're being challenged. I think Putin challenged them when he said, I'm taking Ukraine. He's the one challenging it at the start. He said, I can just take Ukraine. It's mine because we have a bigger military. What are you going to do about it? And without the United States helping in Ukraine, I think he might have already succeeded. You know, we sent an enormous amount of money, and I'm assuming we sent them a ton of technology. So without our help, it might have already ended. Classic Japanese. And so where in the world isn't there going to be a war over land? And should it really be America's job to play, you know, goalie defense for NATO for free? Should it be for free, you know? And I don't think Americans want it to be for free. I think Donald Trump doesn't want it to be for free either. So there are no more classic Japanese Hypnos being sold. Let me check sold. He last sold for maybe about $50 back in November-ish. So he's not even for sale online. Our price is correct at $60. That is a correct price on this. Very cool card. There it is. History repeats in 100 years, so show us our history books. Yeah, I had a professor in college talk about how history repeats because the latest generation, young people, they don't have a lived experience of the bad things that can happen from bad ideas. And so because we don't have that lived history, we don't have that lived experience, we'll repeat mistakes that older generations already went through. You know, so I found that, you know, it's a very interesting idea. You're supposed to learn from history and all that, but it's a complicated subject because that also becomes sort of like a mantra for never try anything new, never experiment. You know what I mean? Things are always the same. It always ends poorly, right? All right, let's see. So he's going in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. All right, there we go. Very nice. Ooh, bunny earring. Boom. This guy gonna say number 0, 1, 2. Oh, what's this? Hold on. Let me plug this back in. Ay caramba. Such as expecting Republicans to be for middle to lower class. We are. Here's Hypno. And so 012 Hypno Classic T10. There we go. All right. So I think you're kind of pushing an argument that the Republicans they're only for rich people and the Democrats are only for poor people. I think that's what you're saying. There we go. Or middle class people. You know, there's a whole range of arguments on that subject. There's a whole range of arguments like whether we should export our jobs to places, whether we should allow cheap foreign goods into the country to flood the market. You can have conversations about that. Taxes. Should working middle class families pay a lot of taxes? Should we raise taxes? So you can make a whole bunch of arguments on that subject. Let's see. Democrats want to see American burn, says John Pizza. Bro, I'm not buying right now because I'm going to a Pokemon convention soon. Very cool, Mr. Alexander. Dems act to be that way, but in the end, they're all for whatever keeps them in power. Yeah, so Democrats and Republicans try whatever they can to stay in power. I'd have to agree with that. All right, let's see. A lot of politicians just say whatever they have to say, you know. All right, what do we got next? We've got this beautiful Dodrio 10. He was only $28. That's crazy cheap. Let's double check that. That's probably gone up. So one of the things we know about this classic collection set is that it's been going up in price. Classic Japanese Dodrio. All right. We're hitting buy now. Shipping lowest first. So this is about correct. So he has gone up slightly, but he's going to be about $35 now. Not much of a change. That's a beautiful classic collection Dodrio. Pretty affordable. All right. It's going to say 35. 1, 2. So it's got the 2 dots. That's updated. Here's Heracross. Heracross from Clayburst. All right. PSA 10 Heracross. And it's going to say 072. Let's see. He's going to cost about $50. He's already there. He's at 48. We're going to leave him alone. Perfect. So there's Heracross. Okay. Here's a different side of Leia. I like the hair cross. Are you going to do the Magnemite thingy today? The Magnemite thing. Now, what do you mean the Magnemite thing? Here it is. Look at this. Ooh, lovely. A different side of Leia. I feel like this could be given away, probably. Okay. Set that to the side for being handed out. Here's Girahim. Girahim. I don't know how to say his name correct. He's from the Skyward Sword, isn't he? I had an ex-girlfriend who played Skyward Sword. Here we are. We need a legendary collection card break. Legendary collection card break. So that could be in the future, but currently there's too many breaks on the table to consider that. Okay, we're going to set that up here for 37. All right, here's, like, we got this Ditto. We got this Altart Mew. We actually have a lot of very cool options. We have this vintage Squirtle. There's a lot of cool things going on here. I think if we keep adding cards, it's just going to be too many. Here's the Mew. All right, here's the Nami. All right, so there's a couple to name a few for those who are just jumping into the stream. We have a lot of beautiful breaks being set up, and you know, as they go off, we can run into new breaks. But there's too much variety here already. It dilutes it, you know. Every new card dilutes the pool. Look at that, man. Doesn't that look nice? Man, you put all that into your hand, it feels like a collection right there. Really neat. Just makes you want to chuck it away and see how it changes in price over time. It's a paid break going off. Let's see. A paid break going off. The Magnemite? There's a Magnemite? I don't remember a Magnemite break. Let's see. Grant J. Kwan says, finish the current slab away and slab away Sandstorm Ekans reverse 10 and Legend Maker Geodude reverse 10. All right, no problem. Let me grab this real fast. I'll warn you, I might check the prices on those before we chuck them away, okay, Mr. Grant? Since they're kind of in a different tier from standard cards. Let's take a quick look at those. Oh, actually, we should go grab the first two cards first, shouldn't we? So let me grab these first two cards out of the box for you. So, Ekans and Geodude. Ekans and Geodude. Ugh. Oh, those are the ones we're searching for. Let's go find the ones that you already paid for. Give me a second. So, probably in here. And if it's not in here, it's going to be in the G box. I like this song. This song's nice. Okay. So, it wasn't in here, which means it's in the G box. I'll be right back. You trade for the break slab. I wish my sister looked like Leia. Oh my God. Here's my drink. I was wondering where this went. Set that there. All right. Mr. Grant. Aha. Put that back up there. Mr. Grant. Got some beautiful cards for you right here. Now I can put my drink to my left. And let's take a quick look at these. Here they are. Look at that. From Sky Ridge. Good stuff, huh, guys? So that's the biggest order of today so far is you, Mr. Grant J. Kwan. Okay. All right. Have fun with that, man. Put your name on the slabs to make it easier not to lose track of them. So we got Ekans and Legend Maker Geodude. Those are both very good cards. Super low pop cards, guys. We're seeing these cards reach prices like $1,000, just standard. So he's at 700, pop 3, and Geodude. All right, cool stuff. Ugh. The signature Magnemite draw thing for a card. Oh, you're talking about the hit card from the live customs. Not the live customs, from the breaks. I get it. So that card, if you want to pull that card, what I recommend is jumping into the jumbo pack break. And then if you manage to pull the jumbo pack break, say, I don't want it, I want to keep the Magnemite. See this? So if you want that Magnemite, this is one of the easiest ways to obtain it. Buy into here for $40. And then if you get pulled out of here, it means you'll have pulled the Magnemite chase card, right? So then you have an option. Do you want to keep the booster packs or do you want to keep the Magnemite? And you can actually say you want the Magnemite. It's kind of a running joke because nobody's ever going to choose that, but somebody might, and then they would own a very expensive Magnemite. All right, so here they are, Geodude and Ekans. I will just do a brief check on them, but I'm pretty sure they have not changed in price. Hey, what's up, Team Rocket Grunt? What's up, man? Happy Monday morning to you. Happy morning to everybody. Okay, Geodude. Legend Maker. I will buy one time. I want the Magnemite. Sounds good, man. Now remember, it won't necessarily give you the Magnemite automatically. You'll have a shot at it. You'll have to get lucky to pull it. Okay. If anyone keeps it, maybe we'll make a clip out of that. There we go. So that people know the history of that card. I'm going to go for now. See you later, Mr. Alexander. Have a nice day. Thanks for hanging out with us. I think you should have kept a running tally of how many times the Magnemite got passed up on, probably on the back of the card. We're going to do that. Maybe we do that with the new card. What do you think? Okay, so there's Grant J. Kwan. And the total cost of this is 700 plus 500, which is 1.2. Okay, so you have a 1.2 thousand. Oops. Which today seems kind of like peanuts. That seems cheap because you're seeing these reverse hollows sell for 1,000 a lot, easy. I'm seeing it. I'm seeing it in my notes. All right. We are going to jump over here to Slab Away. Here's Mr. Grant J. Kwan. We're going to say February, okay? We're starting you in February. Excuse me, February. And it's going to say, oops. It's going to say PSA, oops, PSA 10. Ekans Sandstorm. And Geodude. Legend Maker. $1,200. Now, how much did you actually send for that? You sent, I guess the standard 40. Is that what you sent? I think it is. So this will come down to 180. Boom. All right, you're all set up. You got it, man. All yours. Thanks for paying off those other two cards. I hope you enjoyed them. And I hope that these jump in price every time, too. You know, it'll be hard to know because they're so rare, they never even get listed. That's how rare they are. Very cool. Better not put that in the shipping pile like a dummy. I've been known to do that. Children should be allowed to transition. Trump is evil, says Anthony Badawi. Badawi? Badawi. All right. Some people disagree with you, Mr. Anthony. Maybe about, I don't know, could be 51% of the population, could be higher than that. Of course, when you're voting, you don't get to do single subject votes. It's always, you got to vote for a politician who has a mix of ideas. So, you know, if you could have people vote on it today, it could be worse than a 50-50 split. It could be like 40-60 or 30-70. Love you long time, says Mr. Marshall Weber. What's up, Marshall? Children should be allowed to get tattoos as well, says Mr. Whipple. Yeah, you know, there's arguments for all this stuff. People will argue that this is not the same as a tattoo. They'll say, hey, gender identity is very serious. This person was born in the wrong body. Therefore, you know, they got to save themselves before puberty. They got to swap genders or something. So there's a lot of, you know, there's a whole like battlefield of ideas going on. But in my personal experience in history, we already had a time period where we used to cut boys' testicles off. Remember there was a term for them, the Sumptanati. It was for basically they were choir boys who they wanted to keep their high-pitched voices. So they snipped their balls off because they would make money as artists. So the parents would cut the kids' balls off so they would have the high-pitched voice. And over time, society soured on that and said, ooh, that wasn't so great. It didn't take too long for that to happen, I feel. So I think it'll happen here as well. That's my opinion on the subject. If you take a policy, because it's always policy, no matter how sophisticated your arguments are, no matter how well-intentioned your feelings are, if you, in the end, are cutting boys' balls off, this will end poorly. People will eventually say, what are we doing? We can't be doing that. So that's how I feel about that. You can be gay, you can be neurodivergent, you can have different sexual identities, but probably don't cut off kids' balls. It's just a bad move, and it always will be. It just takes time for people to realize how bad of a move it is. I think the kids grow older and they go, wait a second, where'd my balls go? The Romans did it. Yes, the eunuchs. Yes, so the idea of snipping off people's genitals is an idea that's been tested a long time ago. Andy Dirksen, ship my bag. I think I have 2. Also, I've purchased the digital collection from you, and there are no slab pictures in it. How does it work? Do I need to ask for every slab that I buy? So it's Andy Dirksen. Hey, Andy. Yes, so let's see. Is it down here? There it is, Andy Dirksen. So Andy, you probably bought it from me, and I probably did not realize that you bought it from me because I forget very quickly. So when you buy a slab, I do recommend that you remind me that you have a channel. The truth is we have many people buying slabs, and only about 8 of you guys have a channel. So it's very easy for me to forget. Let me go grab your slabs, and I'll come right back up here, and then we'll get your bag shipped too, okay? That's what you do to herd animals like cows. Shake my head, not humans. History repeats itself. Just don't project your ideals onto children. Right. Well, yeah, that's a very big subject. Let me go grab these slabs. You can't be cutting off balls, bro. Come on, man. Close that door all the way. All right. Well, Mr. Andy, he actually has a ton of slabs. I also took a second and I grabbed an abandoned slab or 2. We have to test those, make sure they're truly abandoned. Okay. All right, so here we go. He's got quite a few slabs. I don't know if you had any specialty slabs. I guess I didn't check for that. Let's get some pictures. Okay, let's just take a picture like this. So this is going to go to Andy Dirksen's private channel in our Discord server. Throw this away. For $20, you can have a private channel in our Discord server. where I have to take a picture of your slabs when you buy them so that you can keep track of what you have. Okay? And you're just shipping your bags this time. Okay, good. All right. Picture time. All right. And like I said, Mr. Andy, I recommend reminding me because it will be easy for me to forget. I do really strongly forget. Wait a second. Where did I put the first three? Did I put them? Here, let's put them here so I don't take pictures twice. Okay, those were the first three. Set these off to the side. We'll jump back to your orders right after this. Well, I've got to get your shipping too. It looked like it's probably international shipping, right? Okay, good. All right. Oh, you want a Darth Vader. That's cool, man. That's sketch Darth Vader from Topps. It's a cool one. Wow, look at that Gyarados. The price on the Gyarados is just $40. It shows you guys that these have been going up in price. These guys right here, classic collection. Cool, huh? Okay, good. And a giveaway. And then here is, this is fun, isn't it? So you got a nice square cut Rhydon. Wow, for only $40, that was definitely underpriced. And then here's Sauron the Necromancer. And here is Daryl Dixon. Okay, cool. Out of 52, huh? That's cool. I think I was hoping that card would grade 10 and it got an 8. But it doesn't really matter. It's more of a token card. So there we have it. We've taken a picture of your cards, and those are potential. So I grabbed a couple from the box that looked like they were abandoned. Some people who have disappeared from our group. We'll see how old these cards are. So I'll place these back over in the shipping now. Very nice. You know, I ought to offer to sleeve the cards up really nice, too. That should be a service. This is fun. I don't remember some of these. All right, let's find your bag. So you say you have more than one? Is that right? Let's take a look at your order again. Ship my bags. I have 2. All right. Andy. Okay. Whoa. Andrew Zhang. Andy Dirksen. You don't have like your own box, do you? See, I didn't see you immediately in the AN box. AN. Here's another AN. There we go. All right, let's check in here. Andy Dirksen, baggie number 1. Andy Dirksen, baggie number 2. Andy Dirksen, baggie number 3. There we go. All right, we found you. You did have a nice chunk of cards. Okay. Let's find out where these are shipping. What is the Donkey Kong thing on the title screen? Hey, what's up, CS Man? It's this guy right here. That's a vintage box of Donkey Kong from 1982. Look at the price of the boosters back then, just 30 cents. So we're hosting this as a break. Currently, we have one person in here, but it's a sealed booster box because it's been authenticated by the grading company, BBCE. So back in the day, Topps did not seal their boxes at all. So this reputable grading company does it. All right, so that's an already graded box of Topps Donkey Kong from 1982. Very cool thing. BBCE. Why are there so many companies with the acronym BBC? They got to change that, bro. That got to be illegal by now. Let's go find out how we're shipping you. Yes. All right, so we're heading over here. Looks like we've shipped you before, and we've already got your phone number. Perfect. And I don't think that this is going to be over the weight limit, so we should be pretty good there. How heavy will this be? I think I can just eyeball it. All right, we're creating a label now. This is an international shipment, guys. And I always work very hard to keep the import fee on these way down. You can open up whole booster cases of cards out here and have us ship it for probably a small fraction of what you actually paid for it, because once you open it, we're going to claim it's a different value. That's what's going to happen. We're going to claim it's a totally different value once you open it. Same with if you're international and you win a break, we're not going to declare the slab for the full value of the slab because you only paid $40 for it. So if you're international and you ever have to deal with a lot of import fees, we do our best to keep that low. Why is my return address wrong? All right, we've corrected the return address. Also, my phone number is old. Accept, and that's weird. Okay. Very good. Very good. Okay, pricey label though, man. It's international shipments. The current selected paper is not supported by this printer. Oh, it's like the software changed. That's really weird. So it's not letting me print it for some reason. I'll mute this for a second. Oh, the software had to undergo an update or something. Paper feed. It says manual feed. What is going on? Oh, man. Man, I hate this company, dude. This shipping company is so bad. I think they did an update, and the update changed my return address. That's how I suspect it underwent an update. And now it's not accepting what my printer or the type of feed that the printer has. Well, what is going on, dude? Let me try resetting. I'm gonna reset the software. I can't believe I just did all that work and it's not letting me print it because it's saying that the printer's not the correct format. Jesus Christ, dude. How can this software be any more of a nuisance? We already shipped today once, right? No, I don't think we have. We shipped last week. We shipped we shipped on Saturday last. So, okay, let's try this again, everybody. Hey, Mike said, nice to see you. Andy, didn't know you were also international. What a surprise. That's what I like about your digital service collection. Yes, it's a good idea. There we go. All right. So let's try this again. We're going to fill in all the information, and we're going to hit package. This is going to really annoy me if this doesn't work. All right. We're going to say playing cards. No. Playing cards. It's like they don't want me to use their software. They're like, no, we don't want you to do that. Okay. And my printer's plugged in too, right? Yeah, it's plugged in. All right. We are verifying that we have up-to-date rates. Printing on plain paper. That's not correct. We're printing on the Zebra printer roll. There it goes. Oh, and now it's having me choose duties. Here we go. All right. And it's got a price. And look at that. It looks like it's working. Wow. What crummy software, dude. I had to reset it to get it to accept my printer. That's so weird. Like, must be the software must be so buggy to be written that way. That they push an update and it changes your printer type. Like, who designed the software? Probably some cheap contractor. All right. Cheap contractor just trying to get it done and make money. Tell you what, let's migrate some of these out of this bag and into this bag because this one's really small. There we go. Wow, I got the tracking email instantly. Nice. Sometimes I notice people do not get it instantly. Sometimes I think they get it when the package actually gets scanned. I don't know if that's true. All right, there we go. We got your label. We got your cards. We declared it pretty cheap. So all this we declared for 40 bucks, but you obviously spent way more than 40 bucks opening all that. And it can't be declared for 0 because they won't believe that. But we're going to claim that your bags are worth about $40 together and just see how that goes. You know, they can open it up and start peeling the cards out and be like, oh, that's worth a little more than 40. So they can do that if they want, I guess. All right, so I know that this slab is absolutely expired. This is a giveaway slab marked for 8/24. So that's 2 years old. Not 2 years old. Well, yeah, that would make it 2 years old. Toss this over here. And a little less than 2 years. Let me think about it. Here's another one. This one claims to be expired. This guy's bag is over here. I just ran into his bag. Gosh, man. All right. You can tell how old these are because of the 8,000 QR code, certification code, 2023. Look at that, Lorcana. I suspect this guy is long gone. Toss this over here for now, and let's do a quick search for him. How you all doing? Happy Monday! Happy Monday morning. Hope you guys are having a great Monday morning. All right, here we are. This gentleman was last here on 8/24. That's a long time. So about 1 year and 5 months. 1 year and 5 months. I'm gonna just give him a little more time. I think he has a lot of stuff with me, and that's why we haven't touched it. 8/24 is the age of these. Andrew Zhang. Do you guys remember him? I don't know if you remember him. Some people didn't leave a very strong impression when they were here either. They just kind of left. Okay, this Magnemite slab is cute. This is Team Rocket Magnemite. Nice. Got a 9. It looks to be about a 9. And then here's a gentleman who has a card. Andrew Calloway. What stands out to me is the marker looks like a different brand of marker and this blue label. So this doesn't have a date on it, but I suspect it's outdated. Let's look up Andrew Calloway. Calloway. Yeah, Andrew Calloway was last here in 2022, it looks like. There's just a point where you got to say, all right, this is abandoned. So this card's going to come up for sale. People never really abandon anything too good. Like, look, so what got left behind? A 9 and an 8. This is like not much money. And actually, it was worth even less money probably at the time that they were abandoned. Pokemon cards have gone up over time. Is this the tag return? No. All right, here we go. Let's check the queue. We just helped our good friend, Mr. Andy Dirksen. And we have a couple orders in the queue now. Let's get the oldest order first, okay? Here's Mr. Waldbeer. He says he'll take 2 of the OP6 English. He's next. All right, OP6. I have a surprising amount of this left. We are. I bought too much back in the day, and these were really hard to sell. It just wasn't a popular set, even though we had a lot of fresh stock on it, and the price was pretty decent. People just didn't want it. So this sat around for a while, and now it's moving because people will open anything that's one piece at this point. We are, because one piece is getting so popular. 2 hollows that time, Mr. Emmon. All right. Just some expired slabs. Those are some expired slabs. There's a lot of those, not as many as before. There used to be more, but yeah, there used to be a ton of abandoned slabs, but I've been removing them over time. I never get lucky. It's never like some big Charizard gets left behind. Virtually nobody leaves behind a nice Charizard. It's just not the way it works. What do people really leave behind? Just sort of junky this, junky that. It's very interesting. I think people just, they don't care. They go, I don't care. It always surprises me because that's not my personality type to do that. There we go. Andrew Calloway. Is that really you, Andrew? You're still hanging out? That looks like it's him. Send me like a penny message or something. You are? All right, he goes, that's me. Oh my gosh, dude. All right. I like how One Piece has common versions of expensive cards for those who just play the TCG versus collecting. Yeah, that's a good design, actually, if you think about it. Here's Togepi, here's Electrode, here's Jigglypuff. Cool stuff. Kind of shows you some of the things I've focused on when it comes to grading. Classic Collection, Old Maid, and Poker. Huh. Mr. Andrew, is that really you? I suspect that's really you because that's not a nickname. That's a handle for your YouTube channel. So that's probably him. Pokemon asked that too. I mean, they kind of have it. Yeah, they have it a little bit. Here's Jeffrey Trevino. I'm missing a full art Screaming Nemesis. A full art Screaming Nemesis. What's Nemesis? Full art Screaming Nemesis. Does anyone know what he's talking about? Are you saying that that's a slab that you didn't receive? Everything came back, though, I believe, but I can't find those. Maybe you put them in a different bag, Jeffrey Trevino. Ooh, sounds like you're referring to... Sounds like you're referring to a raw card. Are you here, Mr. Jeffrey? Help me out, man. So I guess I'll do the first step is I'm going to check for another Jeffrey Trevino bag. Jeffrey Yang, Jesse Salinas, Jennifer Yap, Jesus, Jesse Jedediah, Jesse Fletcher. Here, let's just go through this Jeffrey Yang bag real fast. Those sound like specific cards. Maybe they're like playable cards or something. Okay. Pokemon is the same. Screaming Nemesis and Stock Up. Screaming Nemesis and Stock Up. Let's grab this. Jesus, Jen, Jeremy. JEs are pretty hard to confuse because there's so few of them. That was all the JEs. I just went through all of them. I don't know if he's watching. So Jeffrey, if you'd like more help with this, maybe contact me on Discord if you need to, or contact me in email. We can figure out what those cards are and get you taken care of, okay? I don't know exactly what they are even. Here's Dylan Chan. He says, last 3 boxes of the HoloLive Premium. Oh, this will be fun. All right, so Dylan Chan is next, and he's got the last 3 boxes of the HoloLive Premium. All right, these girl cards have been selling. Notably, stuff like Weiss, Fujibanko, and HoloLive. Screaming Nemesis is Magic the Gathering. Ah, okay. So he's saying there's 2 Magic cards I'm missing. Okay. So let's see. So Dylan Chan. That would explain why I don't recognize it. Let's see. We're going to go over here. To Weiss Japanese, HoloLive Premium is a gown. All right, the menu just got smaller, everybody. That's great because we have more room for more stuff now. That was the goal. That's why those were on sale. Under products, we're going to go to all products. And we are going to look up HoloLive. There's a point where Nintendo music starts to sound kind of annoying. Japanese HoloLive Premium. Huh, weird. I think that was the wrong picture for the HoloLive Premium. I think that was the HoloLive Summer set, interestingly enough. All right, so that's off the menu now. Good luck, Mr. Dillon. All right. Hope you guys are having a great Monday. I go to sleep thinking about my collection, and I wake up thinking about my card collection. What about you guys? I go, what am I going to do next? So it's a fresh week, a good week for working on cards. Here's box number 1. I like to cuss a little. We're snipping this. We're snipping this. Oops. Give me a second here. Okay. I like how One Piece has... I already read that like 5 times. What's up, guys? What do you want to talk about? What do you guys want to talk about? What's on your minds? Tell me what's on your mind. We'll talk about it. We'll say the things. I'll say this. You can say that. Mister, I was missing some cards. I sent you some info on PayPal. I saw that. So those are Magic the Gathering cards. Is that right? And what are they like very expensive? Are they cheap? We are. There we go. The only thing is there's not really anyone to mix you with because we only have 2 boxes for JEs and there's almost no one in there. So you're saying maybe it got placed in the wrong bag. I'm not saying that that's impossible. You know, what I ought to do is give me some details maybe. Like, were we having a problem where you had too much stuff almost? Like it was filling the boxes up and we ran out of room? Give me some details. Maybe that will help my brain think of what could have happened. A little detective work. I have a Snorlax EV tag team tin. Should I cash up on it? That's right. You better cash up on it, but baby. When you decide to sell your Pokemon cards is up to you, you know. I'm kind of holding my stuff for a real long time. And I do sell Pokemon cards, but I'm basically just helping other people acquire what I think are nice yet affordable Pokemon cards. So I go for nice, affordable ones like this Poker Togepi, which is only 140, and yet it's from the year 2000. That's the same year as the Neo set. Shoop. So I try to help people out with that, and I think that those kind of cards have a lot of room to grow. Galaxy Girl. Ba-doop. We just sold out of these, Mr. Cato. Here's the Dracula. Ooh. Weiss Schwarz is a lot of fun. We like Weiss Schwarz. Here it is. Weiss Schwarz has been a big seller for us for a lot of years. We have a whole menu in the YouTube that you can look at our Weiss products from. And you can also see Weiss products from our website. There you go. Here's Detective Girl. Here's Kitty Cat Meow Hat Girl. Ooh, Kitty Cat Meow Hat Girl. Here's Dead Girl. She's got like a sword in her head. Dead Doll Girl. Here's Little Doggy Girl Meow. Okay, little doggy. Little meow meow. Here's Blue Hair Girl. She's making a little heart sign. Now, I believe you're looking for a stamp and you're running out of room to grab one. There it is. Here's the Kitty Cat Girl. Bloop. I actually don't know. Oh, I don't know how rare the stamps are. I don't know how many we've pulled. And here it is. I don't know what your odds are pulling one in 5 boxes or however many boxes it's been. Let's see, but it looks like you got a couple packs left, so we haven't had any luck here. Come on, packs. Give us some luck. Give us some gold. Give us some diamonds. Here's Squirrel Girl. Mr. Sorry, my phone was 30 minutes delayed. What did you say about my lost cards? Said Jod. I didn't say anything about lost cards. For Jod? Yeah, I didn't say Jod lost any cards. Your eBay link is missing from the description. Oh, interesting. You're saying it's missing or does it not work? There we go. There's the Sports Girl. Here's Galaxy Girl. Oh, man. And here's Horny Girl. She's got horns on her head. And finally... Oh, man, it would have been way better if this ended with the stamp. All right, I'm sorry, man. Well, you have a lot of lovely non-stamped cards, which I'm sure these are gradable if you wished. Some of the Hololive girls are probably more collectible than others. Here they all are. Look at that. I am very sorry. There's no stamp this time. That sucks, guys. We are? Okay. I sent you a PayPal message, says Mr. Jod. Yeah? Okay, sounds good. Oh, you're Jeffrey. I'm sorry. How did I mix that up? I thought Jeffrey was someone else. Some cards are missing in my last shipment. Maybe you put them in a different bag or something. So, I checked the JE boxes, and I did not see anything unusual. There was only one other guy named Jeffrey, and I checked his bag, and I did not see any magic cards in it. So I think the odds of me putting it into someone else's bags aren't there, just because almost no one has JE in the name. There's very few JE bags. There could maybe be a floating JE bag on the table somewhere. So if like there's only 2 JE boxes. So my reasoning is, if they got filled up and there was no more room, it's possible that I placed you on the right side of the table in the overflow boxes. So I was going to check that next. That's what I was going to do. Mr. Dylan Chan, let me grab this. So you're saying you're missing 2 cards. Can you tell me anything about those cards? You wouldn't have graded them, right? Are they like super rare chase cards? Are they expensive? Give me some details on them. Help me understand what's missing. It seems odd to me that only 2 cards would be missing. That's one of my first thoughts. There we go. All right, so here's a Jonas Gordon. Here's a Sarah Dusenberry. Kendo Pelor. We've got a Alex Garcia. Here's a CS Man bag. Very good. So you're not there. Y'all talking about One Piece announcement on selling sealed product. Is that where they said they are going to remove the plastic so resellers can't sell it? Something like that. Here's Jeff Leon. Here's NHCC. Here's Sarah Dusenberry again. And we haven't seen Sarah Dusenberry as much ever since we swapped to mornings. It makes me sad. I miss Sarah. Manga hit coming. It was a Screaming Nemesis full art, maybe $30. Screaming Nemesis full art. A full art called Screaming Nemesis. And you don't think that that got sent off to grade, right? Okay, a couple NHCC bags here and there, huh? NHCC, La Flame, NHCC, NHCC Hits, NHCC. Over here we have Brett Love. Mr. Brett. We haven't seen Brett in a little while either, have we? Brett Love. Jonathan Morris has a bag over here. John Lucas has a bag. Doesn't John Lucas have a box? Here it is. John Lucas bag. This one says $6.25 on it. So that is probably supposed to have shipped to him. Yep. All right. Some people buy a lot of cards. And we're going to put this in here. Okay. That's good. He's going to like that. All right. And then this last box should all be Diane Bailey. No, this is another John Lucas bag. This John Lucas bag looks like it's just hollows, though. And this is a John Lucas bag full of hollows. And this is Diane Bailey. All right, so Diane Bailey. Perfect. So I didn't see any Jeffrey Trevino bags in the overflow. I looked everywhere for them last night. Here we are. All right. Place this here. The only thing is, we only have 2 boxes for JE cards. And there was only one other Jeffrey guy. So here it is. There's a Jeffrey Yang. And then after that, it's Jesse Salinas, Jennifer Yap, Jesus, Jesse Padilla, Jedediah, who has like a mega expired bag, and this tiny Jesse Fletcher bag that's almost expired. So it says like 5 bags there. And then we have a Jessica, and then a Jean Garcia. Then this Jeremy Olsen, which is like super mega expired. That's it. There's almost no one else with the name Jeffrey in our group. So it would be very hard for me to mix your cards into someone else's bag. Unless, look at that mouth, man, that looks great. Unless that person also shipped already as well. So that's the only other thing I could think. If you're worried I placed them into someone else's bag. One trick is you can try to look up when you pulled it and see what I did with the cards at the time that I pulled it. But you said it was a full art card. You didn't order grading on it, did you? Because I've had that happen before where someone orders grading on it and they forget they ordered grading. So let me check the grade channels real fast. PSA submission. Let's look up Jeffrey. No Jeffrey. Trevino. Pretty rare to request grading on a magic card, but it's been done before. Trevino. No, you're not in there. All right, so you're not in the grading channels. Yeah, I don't know. I tell you what, send me an email and we can investigate it further, okay? How does that sound? Let me check the website for orders now, guys. Should be the website's turn. Do we still get the 3% kickback using ZELLE? We can't do a 3% kickback on every single Zelle order. It's too much math at that point. So like, let's say every single time you order, you want to remove like 3%. So you order a pack of this, a pack of that, you order 5 different booster packs, and I have to put the math together on them and then subtract 3%. So we don't do that. If you're doing a large order, let's say like $1,000 or something, like 500,000 bucks, talk to me. We can get you the Zelle discount at that point. Okay, we'll do a special order through Zelle where we get you a discount through Zelle. But for standard orders, I don't want to have to do the math every time. You could just go over and use PayPal at that point if you'd like. And you know, if I had to do the math every time on every order to make sure it was correct, I probably would just say go use PayPal at that point. But there are some benefits to Zelle. We're going to do more of these Zelle giveaways, so they're a nice thing. All right, let's see. So we have Alberto Arredondo. That was on January. We have this new order. This one's going to be probably also Alberto. Mr. Alberto, round to shipping. I have a bag, and he wants 10 of the Japanese PRB2s. PRB2s are selling pretty fast right now, guys. These boxes right here on a big order. Yeah, so if we do a large order, we can discuss setting up a Zelle discount ahead of time. Does that sound good? There we go. All right. Ready? Very nice. Okay. I don't want to have to calculate it for every order as well. Simple big orders maybe. How does that sound? Full art red, no grade. I'm pretty sure it got replaced, says Mr. Jeffrey. Okay, it got replaced. I think what you're saying is I pulled it, but then I put it into the wrong bag. Is that what you're saying? So I think the best way for us to figure that out, by the way, is we need to identify when it was pulled. So the trick to identifying when it was pulled is to look up your payments for when you open that product. If you go into like your PayPal or whatever, what you can do is you can see what days you ordered from me. Just look up, you know, orders to TheCardconomist. Look up when you ordered from me and then try to figure out, okay, when did I order the product that could pull that particular card, right? So look up those days. You should actually be able to find the stream where I'm opening you that product, and when you pull it, you can then see what did I do with that card afterwards. Here we are. Like, where did it go? Did it go properly into your bag? And so luckily everything we do on screen. And if I make a mistake, like let's say I put it into someone's bag incorrectly, we can then just, you know, we can be like, oh, snap, you know, and then just make it all better for you. Here we are. $30 is not a lot. So I'm okay with replacing the card no matter what. It's not a big deal, but it is a good idea to find out what happened with it just as a standard practice, just to see what happened with it. Here it is. No one took it. I can tell you that. No one ever takes anything ever. But, you know, Lexus is real good. She doesn't collect cards. So it's real good. She doesn't collect anything. Here we go. Very nice. So she has no clue what goes through these bags. Look at this. Very good. Dude, Gold Dons come out those PRB2 all the time. I don't think they do. I think he's getting lucky, man. I think he's got a lucky round right here. This is a nice Galoofy. Oh, look, it's Monkey D. Luffy. Who's Monkey D. Luffy? Yeah, so I think you pulled a good one. You pulled Monkey D. Luffy. All right. I'll message you on Discord. Sounds good, man. It was so long ago, because I have a lot of Dustborn purchases with you, it would be a lot of work. It's okay, it's too much work. So you ordered it a really long time ago. Well, here's another trick. You can also look at the times that you've ordered shipping. So you can just look up like when you've ordered shipping to make sure that the item wasn't shipped to you, maybe potentially in an older shipment. So you can see if it was supposed to be in this shipment too. So it takes a little bit of work, but you'd be surprised. It's easier than you think. Just pull up the payments, search for Duskmorn, and, you know, save all the links into a notepad note on the ones where it was Duskmorn. And then with a little bit of detective work, because another thing that PayPal will do is it will kind of tell you when you ordered it, like the time. So you can kind of guess, you know, based on when I went live and what point in the video you should actually be. Here we are. So a little detective work, you should be able to identify it. We are. If it's not in your bag and it was supposed to be, I'm definitely very interested in fixing this for you. I'm trying to think of what could have gone wrong. You're right. It is always a possibility that a card could go in a wrong bag. And that's why when I put cards away, I do it on screen so that if anyone ever says, hey, my card's not in my bag, we can find that footage and then we can actually look it up and see which bag it went into. Here's Trafalgar Law. Very nice. How far are you into the One Piece anime? I watched only the Netflix special. I tried watching the anime One Piece, like the standard anime, and it was so hard to watch. I just was not feeling any of it. I was like not attached to any of the characters. I didn't understand what I was looking at. So it's not really a show you can just kind of jump into, unfortunately. You need to have, I think you need to have some nostalgia for it. And I think you also need to have a real understanding of all the characters, you know, which I don't. I don't have any attachment to them. I don't know any of their backstory. So for One Piece, all I've done, I watched a 2-hour recap, but the recap was made last year, so I know it didn't even include everything. So my plan is to watch another 2-hour recap, but one that was made recently. That way I can repeat all the information from the first round and get the latest information too. So I really want to understand the product and why people like it and be familiar with the story and know all the character names. We are. All right, so I'm not a One Piece fan personally. We sell it here. Back in the day when they were releasing One Piece as a Bandai Namco product, I had so many people beg me to add it to the menu. It was just an experiment back then. But we've been selling it ever since then, and I've gotten better and better at knowing who's who. Like this is Jinbei, I think. Jinbei? You are? And that's Monkey D. Luffy. All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Alberto Arredondo. Let's go find your bag. Everything was shipped. Just missing that was only my hit. You sent higher dollar amount money, and I got it. Higher dollar amount, and I got it. We are. Alberto Arredondo. Send me an email, okay? Let's work on it. I don't mind working on it. Send me an email. Let's work on it. Let's get you all squared up. We need to do an investigation is all, so we got to investigate it. All right. That did not have your bag. Maybe it's over here. Ugh. Like, for example, did you ever go under a different name? That's something that we got to explore. Because, for example, if I only looked for Jeffrey Trevino bags and you had, let's say, a payment on CASHAPP or something, it could have gone into a different bag under a different name. That kind of stuff happens. But also, we need to look up, like, how many times have you shipped? What would have been in those bags when you shipped? We got to look up all that different stuff, you know. So an investigation has to kind of occur, and then we see what potentially could have gone wrong. There we go. All right. And then ultimately, if we conclude the most likely scenario is, let's say, a card got placed into a wrong bag. That does happen on a rare occasion. So we always show the bag off on screen, and then you quickly know if that's what actually happened. There we go, Mr. Alberto. And then we get you all squared up. We get you all fixed up at that point. There we go. Here's another thing we can do. For example, we can come over here to this Cool Kids box to see if you're in here. Let's see. Sometimes really expensive pulls get placed up here, or if they're very special. But in your case, you're not up here. There we go. So that's done. So we looked up there now, and I can put this back. Ta-da! All right, let's get you shipped out. Maybe ship 4 times in the 4 years I've been watching. I hear you. So that, you know, that's part of the investigation then. Now we know that you didn't ship a lot, so it was likely supposed to be in that round of shipping. That also tells me that your bags could have been misplaced. You could have another bag somewhere on the table somewhere, and we don't know. So we can go through all the J boxes next. And in case, so instead of putting the wrong cards in the wrong bag, or the right card in the wrong bag, I suppose, we could have put, let's say, a third Jeffrey bag in a different spot on the table where it normally wouldn't be. So we can look for that real fast. In fact, I'll do that right now while the label is queuing up, okay? So it always takes a little while for the label. So since you're saying you take a very long time to ship, let's look for a lost Jeffrey Trevino bag. Okay, not in here. So I immediately suspected here this was a former JE box. So I looked in there, but you weren't in there. All right, so we can look in this JX box. That's an overflow box for when a different box is too full. Nope, you're not in the JX box. So you're not in the JX box, you're not in the former JE box. So at that point, we can wonder if maybe your bag simply went into the wrong box because I made a mistake. Like full-on mistake sorting it alphabetically. So that's another thing we can do. We already checked the overflows. There we go. All right. Long, long, long day today, 7 a.m. to 11 p.m. That sucks, man. All right. It wouldn't be in there. Not enough of a cool card. Okay. So now we know a little bit about how the card is perceived. So let me go through the JA box. Oh, no, the JA, all the J boxes. Always possible that maybe we ran out of room. And then I said something like, you know what? We're going to have to put this as an emergency into this other box that sits right next to it or something like that. These are John Lucas? Damn, dude, John Lucas has a lot of stuff. John Lucas, look at this. John Lucas is a big customer, dude. He might be the biggest right now. I'm not sure if he's the biggest customer, but he is up there for sure. All right. That guy's a lot of stuff. Here's another box. Jonathan, Joseph Haney. Joseph Haney with the very... Look at this expired bag, guys. Dang, dude. Actually, wait a second. This is 525 on it. So he created the bag, though, in 524, but he got an update in 525. The bag's almost 2 years old. It's at least over a year old. Here's another box. It was missing a long time ago after I was organizing, so just found it was missing yesterday when putting everything in binders and couldn't find it. Here's Justin. I don't know exactly what you mean by that. Yes. You're saying it was missing a long time ago. Does that mean that when you were... It was missing a long time ago after I was organizing. But so does that mean it was missing from a previous shipment? Okay. Look, this is expired too. Look at this. Jose E. Dominguez from 1024. That means that expired in 1025. Let's see. Look at that. We are rich. We got Metazoo. Holy, bro. You going to bid on the Illustrator card? Uh-huh. I've already bid 12 Stanley Nichols. All right. So you're not in the JEs. You're not in the JX. So I'm just going to check the rest of these boxes for them real fast, guys, and then we'll get back to the orders, okay? I'll just do this real fast. Okay, you're not in the JA1. Let's check this. Very highly doubtful you're in here. This box is always too full with correct names. There's no room left in it ever, so it gets tested all the time. So your bag could be set into a box it doesn't belong into. Oh, this bag just expired. We'll leave it alone. So many expired bags. It's really remarkable. Jared. So this is Jared's box. Only Jared's in there. Only a couple places left. John, Joey, Jonathan, John, Joey. Joey may cucumber. He needs to come back. John Skids. He's got skids in his underwear. Jack, Jacob, and Jacob. Guess what box that is? The Jacob box. We're almost done, guys. This is the Mexican box. It's titled JU. We get a lot of Juans in there. And then this is the Jose box. This is also a Mexican box. We got Jose. Jorge. Very cool. Here's a Jose, and here is a Jorge and a Jose. All right, there it is. All Mexican, all day long. So that box did not have it either. So there we go. So some other things we could do, Mr. Jeffrey Trevino, is check and see if you ever paid under a different name. So maybe try to find out if you bought using like Cash App or Zelle or some other form of payment that did not match your standard payment. So that's a possibility. All right, I got to get back to the queue now. We don't want to keep people waiting too long. Thank you so much, Mr. Alberto. Oh, were we waiting for that label to print? Did we get the label? Yeah, we got the label. We are moving on to our good friend Nicholas Williams, who's waited long enough. The last 7 bleach. Wait a second, we already did that for you, didn't we? Oh, nope, you're right. All right, we're out of bleach. Was it? Wait, really? Or just a rumor? Oh, you're talking about the illustrator? Ah. It never shipped is what I mean. MetaZoo making a comeback. Just found out it was missing last night. The table needs more Rillaboom. Yeah, it might need more Rillaboom. There we go. All right. So I think that it would be really helpful, even though it would be a lot of work, it would be really a good idea to pinpoint the moment on screen where we pulled it and then just see what bag it went into. There we go. And see if it went into a bag for Jeffrey Trevino. And if it doesn't, boom, I owe you I owe you for those cards. If it did, then we know something else happened to it. All right, what happened? Or what's this? Getsu Gotten Show and Medalize. This is for you, Nicholas Williams. Hello, Mr. Nicholas Williams. It's nice to see you again. You go deep. I remember you like to buy some of these XY products, right? Let's see. Jurgram Hashwalt. Very nice. Very blonde. A 10 is a 10. Buy the grade, not the card. I had an eBay seller tell me that one time. Buy the grade, not the card. Here, of course, it does have some truth to it. When people see that PSA 10, even if there's some flaw on it, they're like, I don't care. It's PSA 10. So I think people accept that PSA 10 does not mean perfect. Oh, there you go. SR Star. That's what you're trying to pull. You're trying to pull the star cards out of here. So you've got Mr. Shigekuni Genru Yasai Yamamoto. Yamamoto. Oh! What? He just pulled the top card. Oh my gosh. Damn, bro. Wow, you're so lucky, Nicholas. That's crazy. All right, let's take a quick look. Woo! My mom said I was a PSA 10. Your mama's lying to you, boy. That boy ain't right. Here we go. Let's see. Whoa. Ishigo Kurosaki. I never watched this show, so I have no clue what I'm looking at. But I do know when something's expensive. Look at that double star down there under the SR. See that? Oh, yeah. There you have it. You're going to send this off to grade. We offer middleman grading, which allows other people to see what it grades. Here we are. I might be able to quickly squeeze you into a PSA submission, or you can send it. I wouldn't send it to tag, or I can send it home to you too. That's an option as well. But that is cool. Definitely a clip. Man, we haven't had enough clips lately, guys. We got to have more clips. Clips are a great sign. It means that the people in our group are getting good pulls. Is he watching? That was a 41-minute wait to open this product today, and it was well worth the wait. All right. Wow. There we go. Kind of makes me want to get more Union Arena. You know, something about Union Arena just does not sell. Like, people just don't buy it. Union Arena sells real slow, guys. But, I mean, look at that. That's a solid-looking card. It doesn't look any worse than Weiss Schwarz. Actually, what's funny is it's a Bandai Namco product. Look, that's Bandai Namco. All of your One Piece cards are Bandai Namco as well. So One Piece is Bandai Namco. Looks great, man. That is so lucky. I thought that this was going to be just the end of Bleach on our menu, just some bummy box that gives you a couple more hollows and we're done. And then you pulled the... So here's what happened in this order. You pulled this old guy here, Shigekuri, or whatever his name is, Shigekuri. You pulled this guy. He's an SR star, and I just figured that was it. That's the end of it. You're done. So I thought, oh, what a lucky box. He gets a star card by the end of it. So that's what I was thinking. I was thinking you get lucky with the end of that box. And then, boom, you pull out the Ishigo Kurosaki. Wow, crazy. That's the end of Bleach on our menu. I'm going to go remove it now. Mister, it was 2 months ago, 17 days, 1:52 a.m., but I can't find the video. Can chat help me, please? You can ask people to go looking for it as well. Let me go grab this. 2 months ago, 17 days ago. Ow, my foot's cramping. All right. Coming over here, let's see, Magic Tops. Union Arena is under the extended menu. Yes, I don't think you have to use the extended menu if you're using the website, but if you're buying directly, like the old style of buying stuff, you got to go to the extended menu. It's a link you have to open. 1,000 Years, called English Bleach 1,000 Year. That's coming off the menu. Some other sets we have from Union Arena include Full Metal Alchemist, My Hero Academia, Code Geass Lelouch, and Jujutsu Kaisen. So those are the other Union Arena sets we still have. Let me go over here and remove this product also from the website. That was the Ether Drift Miss Cards stock up. Ether Drift. So we're going to say Ishigo. Okay. Oh, it wouldn't be Ishigo. I'm so dumb. It'd be Bleach. So I'm thinking about what he was just saying. There it is, Bleach. So we're going to remove Bleach from the menu. There it goes. And now Bleach is off the menu. Now I want to open one more box of PRB2, says Lupa. Oh, you see somebody else get a big hit, you want to keep going. Yeah, it's pretty fun. Getting a jackpot's not bad, is it? Getting a jackpot. That was basically a jackpot, wasn't it? Getting a jackpot, that'll inspire you. Questions for Cardconomist. Thoughts on this video? Oh. God, dude. It's another junk email. I'm so tired of junk emails. There's so many content creation spaces where they're trying to get me to move my product off of my videos off of YouTube and onto their whatever stupid website. And I just don't want to do it. Okay, so today hasn't been so bad. I thought we started a little bit slow for today, and it has been speeding up as time goes by. May I say Eddie from Stranger Things deserves an Oscar for his death scene? Yeah, I haven't seen that in a couple years, so I don't quite remember it. There it is. I don't think I ever saw any acting in Stranger Things even once where I thought, wow, this is, an innovation or an improvement to acting. I thought that Stranger Things has always been kind of like mediocre acting, and what really sells it is the nostalgic fun of the 80s. There we go. Okay. Placing you in there. Remember when Stranger Things was good? I remember. All right, into the bag it goes. Mike side, you were already here. Do you want me to make a post in the Clips channel, or you think you're good already? There we go. Wow, fantastic. That was so fun. I would love to get that card graded, please. Oh, yeah. So the question I have for you, Mr. Nicholas, is who would you like to grade it with? If you're going to have me do the grading, would you like it graded with PSA for $40, tag grading for $30, or BGS for $40? I tell you what, let's go take a look at the card first. So normally you could pay $3 to get a pre-grade on this. Let's just give a quick look at it for free, huh? Let's see. Okay, now that I've seen it, I would not bother sending it to BGS. I don't know if tag grading will grade this. I think they will because it's English, but I can tell you PSA will 100% grade this. So I recommend PSA grading for this card. That'll be $40 to have that sent out to grade. So don't worry about it, mister. I'll just take it as a loss. Well, I don't want you to take a loss. Keep looking around for it at your place. Make sure you haven't lost it in your place. I know that maybe that's not possible, or I'm not trying to say I didn't lose it over here, but I'm saying keep looking around. I have had people who have said things like, oh, it was still in the shipping box. I didn't realize it was in there. And I've had people say, I found it laying around my home. So I've had both of those things happen. And then we will 100% keep an eye out on any lost Jeff Trevino bags over here. It's a good idea for us to investigate it. I would say send me a Discord message, send me an email. And again, the number one thing is if we can locate the actual moment in the stream when it gets pulled, boom, we'll have our answer right away if it was put into the wrong bag. I mean, that's a big part of information that would instantly decide, what do we do next? Because I'll be happy to replace it for you if there was a mistake on our side. Yeah, I did that before messaging. I opened a Hello Kitty for the wife. I have a MetaZoo from time to time. Nice. Here's Mr. Wildbeard. 2 more OP6s. Let's get those OP6s. That was cool, man. Pulling that SR Star. It's really not a lot of money, so it's not a big deal for having to replace it or whatever. But we like to do a research on it, make sure we know what happened so that it doesn't happen again. And we like to be able to apologize and all that too, you know. We are. All right. Very nice. I dream pulling the Mothman and Kuromi card from Cryptid Carnival. I can't find the video because I can only see the month, not the day. Huh. There we are. Here's a holo. Here's a holo. So you need to have the videos be dated day by day. Here you go, Mr. Waldbeer. I know other people have done it. Other people. So you're not the only person who has needed to investigate whether or not an item has gone missing. You're not the only person. And I've not had somebody say they can't find the date for it. Maybe it shows up. Maybe there's a way to search by date. Here we are. Give me a second. I know it shows up in my history, or my content creator, what would you call it, account. Let me see. Oops, that's YouTube music. Wouldn't you guys like to see what music I'm listening to? You guys want to hear what music I'm actually listening to? I'm listening to Whiskey Cola Tequila. Here we go. I like to turn that on for Kara. She likes sloth things. All right, so let's see. I think from the computer we should be able to maybe let me think about it. So let's go to content creator, TheCardconomist. It's curious because I've never actually had to do this step for anyone. TheCardconomist. It keeps my pulls organized on Mr. Tables. That's why I always only like the videos I purchased from. Oh, that's clever. I like that. So if we click on TheCardconomist, we go to live. Okay, so it's keeping track of the days. But then as it gets older, it just says 1 month ago, 1 month ago, 1 month ago, 1 month ago. I see what you're saying. How do other people find it then? Makes you wonder. Stream 2 months ago. What if you click on it? Do you have to click on it? Okay, let's pause this. Stream 3 months ago. Oh, so if you expand the description, it tells you the exact day it was streamed on. Streamed live on October 19th, 2025. So you have to actually click on the description. If you click on the description, it then expands and it shows you the day that the video was streamed. All right, there we go. So that should help a lot because you'll be able to kind of get a sense of that pretty quickly. So you have Anthony Frank Haymeyer. $28 to slab away. You got it, Anthony. All right, slab away. A little bit of clicking around. Mister's a good dude. Here we are. Anthony Haymeyer. This is going to go down to $80 left. I had hairy legs that turned blonde in the sun. Filter by newest oldest. I want just one hit. The date is listed in the description. If you can say the title for November 2nd, I can search the title. I dream pulling the Mothman and Kuromi card. Yes, sir. Thank you for the advice. Yes, PSA is going to be the best option here. And this is cool. We'll get it sent off to grade. Okay, 1 minute ago, 2 more. OP6. All right. I feel like Mr. would be Butters from South Park. You also look like the adult version of Butters from the post-COVID episode. Oh, hamburgers. Oh, hamburgers. There. I would be the comic book collector guy from The Simpsons. We are. Let's see. Here's the SR. Minus the ponytail, perhaps. All right, and 2 more hollows. You did pull an SR this time. That's pretty good. Okay, Mantequilla. I saw a video of people melting down Morgan dollars and stuff. Ooh, melting Morgan dollars? Nah, that's dumb, dude. That doesn't make any sense because the Morgan dollars already have silver in them, but they also have a collectible value. You don't need to take out the raw bullion. There we go. You don't need to take the raw bullion. If Morgan silver dollars haven't jumped in price as fast as like standard like, you know, rounds or whatever, or American Eagles or whatever, if they haven't jumped as fast, that's just because there's a lag to the market. The Morgan silver dollars will rise along with everything else. It just takes a little while. Here's Boo again, Persian again, and Voltalamp. Hair goals for Mr. Grow a Ponytail. Ew. That's so gross. No ponytail. Checking them right into crucibles. That's crazy, dude. That's not smart at all, in my opinion. Okay. Can I have the last 3 MetaZoo Topps boosters? I don't know who this is for. Is this Alexandra? Who wants the last? Who bought these? Somebody just bought these last 3 MetaZoos. You could always sell it for spot price. Yeah, so, I mean, if you got Morgan silver dollars, I wouldn't be melting them down. You know, they're probably just doing that for social media attention. They're not doing that for value. One final hit, please. How many spots in the pack break? How many spots in the pack break? Which pack break are you referring to? The pack split? You're referring to this guy right here? The pack break. Me. All right, Miss Alexandra. I thought it was you. There we go. You know why I thought it was you? Because the message was so polite. There it goes. Lovely. So these MetaZoos are, once again, sold out. We had found a couple more of them, and I thought I'd been sold out of them before. Here's Battles, Death Beam, and Squonk. I'm squonking here. It's okay, mister. I wouldn't worry about it. Yeah, I say take another look around. And again, I'll look around over here. I'll keep in mind Jeffrey Trevino. And let's identify when it was pulled and see what bag it went into. Here's Kentucky Hellhound and Bat Squatch. Those are the steps I would take next, is identify when it was pulled. And it seems tricky, but it's very doable. Here's Uncle Sam. Here's this guy. Here's a Bigfoot. And here's Joint Snake. I do know the refineries are melting down 90% dime, quarter, and halves. What? That's not allowed. Is that? Are they really doing that? They're not allowed to do that. Isn't it illegal to burn those things? Boop. All right, Miss Alexandra. Nothing crazy this time. Just some cute, very, very cheap packs. I believe this is you back here. All right. The halves make sense depending on the year because it's majority of silver. Mr. My Cryptid Carnival Booster? Oh, yes. Okay, I see. Sorry. Cryptid Carnival Booster. You got it. One Cryptid Carnival. All right. Lovely. Let's snip this. Good. Dylan was asking about a jumbo pack break. Oh, yes. So the jumbo pack break, we just added a bonus booster pack to it, a rocket booster this morning. And here it is. It's a fresh round, 41 and 4. So this is not started. This is a very popular thing to get into, but we added a fresh booster pack in it this stream. So we kind of do that to make it more exciting. All right, we got Chibi Command. Chibi Command. That's so cute. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Ooh. This box is getting heavy, man. It's a big box, the AL box. It's not as much as silver as the 64s. Does the centering on the back matter as much as the front? So for PSA grading, they allow the back to be slightly more off-center than the front. That's the only company doing that. Here's Jesus Aguilera. 10 Tears of the Planet. Where are my Tears of the Planet? They're back here, aren't they? I can see some Tears of the Planets. So here's 4 packs of Tears of the Planet. That might be the last 4 packs. Let me go check for another box. I'll be right back, everybody. It was not the last box, but this box is. Here's the last box of Tears of the Planet. All right, this is Square Enix Final Fantasies personal card set. There it is. I got more One Piece and Poké knowledge than coins. There we go. You know, with silver prices on the rise and gold prices on the rise, people are probably over there having a good time. Ooh, what's that noise? Noisy vehicle. There we go. I've been buying up some high grades in case eventually they melt so many of them. There we go. Here we are. Here we are. What is the box topper card? The box topper card. Now, what are you referring to there? My MS68 Plus is the way to go. Hell, even 65 Plus is good condition. Hell. All right, so let's see. You best not be using the H word, bro. I'm going to tell Mom. Mom! Oh, that's where the SpongeBob break got off, too. I was wondering where that went. And what's this? There's some nice cards in here. The second chance card. Set these over here for a minute. Ooh, a little Charizard. Set these down here. A lot of slabs in this box. Ineligible. Whoa, that's a booby card. It's not eligible. Okay, good. Now we've cleared up a bunch of space, and I have room to place these into the box where they belong. Sorry about that. So we just filled that box up. Doesn't that look nice? I hate it that the iPhone changes the color of the screen just because these are too blue or something. So look, see, that's a nicer color now. You put these on screen and it tries to color balance because it's like, nah, that's too blue. Bro, I don't want it to do that. All right, good luck. This is Jesus Aguilera. Good luck, man. Did you already have a bag? He says new bag. All right, new bag time for you. I'm going to start to look into Mr. Nicholas's grading after that. Or get him sent off to PFA. Okay. Scooby-Dooby, he buzz. Gotta get a Samsung Mister. Here's Salamander. Ooh. Here's Samsung. Sid Highwind. I only waste my money on iPhones. Here's Were Rat. It's the Were Rat. I only waste my money on Elon Musk phone. Here's Famfrit. If Elon Musk made a cell phone, would you buy it? Musk phone. Here's, that's a holo. It's called Barbaricia. And it's got a little signature on the side too. I wonder what that's all about. Wonder what that signature is. Here's Iron Eater. Ooh, Iron Eater. Okay. Here's, we're looking for full art. And there it is. There's the full art. You got Kuja. Kuja's got some ripped abs, bro. Nice. Here's 7. All right. Same thing, pretty much. iPhone uses Samsung parts anyways. They're pretty much the same. I don't know. I paid more for my iPhone than a Samsung, so I'm going to probably talk about how much better it is. It's better. Here's Yuna. It's better, and anyone who doesn't have one is lame. Apple's about to super power up Siri, so we get Skynet. The Red 13 card was nice. You like Red 13? Here's Theodore. All right, there we have it. You pull one full art out of there. We have more of that if you want it. Thank you so much. That was only a $60 order. For all these and your full art. Taha. Of course, he might not be the full art you're going after. You might be going after a different full art. All right. Oh, Scooby Buns. Oh, Scooby Doo. Mm-hmm. 126. We got you all set up nicely. Okay. And we'll pop this in here. What's this? We've got the Sky Titans, Celery. Ooh, it's got 1 dot on it. That means it needs to be refreshed. And Rocket Metal Energy. That's new on the table. The Rocket Metal Energy is new on the table. Nicholas Williams, 1 round of grading for Bleach. Off to PSA. So the question is, do I just put this in the next round, or do I reset the previous round to squeeze 1 more card into it? That's the question. Okay, pull this back out. They all got Androids of Mexico, LMAO. There we are. I got a Huawei phone, Huawei. And I drive a BYD, a bid. Okay, lovely. Placing this here. Nicholas Williams. This is going to say 1.26. Very good. Did you know in some parts of Mexico, if you don't have an iPhone, the chicks won't even talk to you, from what I heard? Really? The chicks won't talk to you if you don't have an iPhone. That's what he just said. All right, we'll set that there. Well, they're going to like me. I got 2 iPhones. Whoa. All right, we have Mr. Wildbeer. He says nothing, but he sent $38. I know what that means. He said, give me some more of those 1 pieces, good sir. All right. They will talk to you if you got papers. I'm going to go get me a spicy Latina. I don't know how Karis would feel about that, though. There you go. All right. Very nice. Galaxy phones are the best. Bear back going to Mexico with a 17 Pro Max. You know, hey, baby, this is the latest 17 Pro Max. All right, Waldbeer. What do we got for you? We have another SR, so that's nice. Kuzuki Momonosuke. All right. And Arlong. You got Arlong. Arlong Strong. Very nice. Not very nice, is it? But I'm afraid that's part of the game. That's the way the game is played. There we go. There we go. You never know when the next round is the big hit, or if you're just sweeping, which is not a whole lot of fun to do. Nobody likes to sweep. Let's see what's next. Let's see what's next. I'm going to hit refresh on this. I personally like the Galaxy S lineup. No chicks for me if I go to Mexico. Mr. Alberto says 10 of the Japanese PRB2s. 1 more round. If you can add it to my shipping, it would be awesome. If not, new bag is fine too. I'll be ordering more later this weekend. Looks like I should be able to add it to your bag. All right. So I'll also bring in a fresh round of the English OP6 because that finished off the previous box. Let's go grab that fresh box. I got the iPhone BBC Pro. Yeah? Damn, bro. It's strong and it's hard and all right. Here we are. All right. I'm back. Ugh. One Piece stuff. Stuff that's selling. Ooh, PRB2. I heard the iPhone BBC Pro is their largest model yet. go. Oh. Tossing that away. Okay, very good. We're going to snip this. We're going to snip this. Snip. And we're going to snip this. You guys like that? Is that funny? All right. So big. It's a 12-inch screen. Mister, my wife took a pregnancy test online. Should I be worried? An online test? What is... I don't know what that means. Here's Sabo. And he does like fire and stuff. Rawr. All right. This is for Alberto. You better be worried. Here's Shanks. Lovely Shanks. That's right. You're going to have 12 kids strapped around your neck. No time for fun. You'll be a full-time daycare center. Here it is. There you go. Kiss your sweet alone time with your woman goodbye. She'll be changing diapers every single day. There we go. Every single day. Every single second. Is that like a personality test, but about pregnancy? I took a pregnancy test. It told me men can get pregnant. And I was like, what? All right, here we go. All right. And we've got some more hollows. Ooh. And, oh, look how hard it is to pull something out of one piece, guys. It's not easy. That's why these cards sell for a lot of money. That's the whole idea. It's hard. It's difficult. Water guy, whose name I don't know. Here's Bones McJones. Crack is whack. Here's your Dawn card, which is a standard Dawn card this time. Okay. There's poo everywhere. It's all over the walls. F them kids. That's right. I never had kids and my life's been great. We are. Here's the SR. You see a lot of that in the comment sections. Whenever people talk about like declining birth rates in the world, there's always like some posts at the top of the comment section, and there's always like some white lady, and she posted, I never had kids. My life is great. My life is so good. It's always the same degenerate comment. There we go. All right, Mr. Alberto. Ooh, that does make your bag a little bit heavier, doesn't it? You know what? Let's slip the hits in and leave the hollows behind for the next label, because we don't want to make the label too heavy. We don't want to make the bag too much heavier than the actual postage ordered. Is it possible to slab away a spot in the Ancient Origins breaks? Yes, you can totally do that. It costs no money down to do that. So you don't have to pay any fees. So any amount of money you send toward the pack just goes straight toward the pack. There's no $20 6 months reserve fee. However, there's also some different rules around when you run out of time. So normally slab away is 6 months, right? Well, the way this works is when you're out of time is when the list is full. Meaning that if some guy came in and he bought these 6 spots right here, you're now officially out of time. So it's not 6 months. It's just the moment that the list is full. So then what happens if you've got a slab away and the list is full? Well, we look at the, what was the rule? The least paid. We look at the slab away that's been least paid off, and we make that one available for purchase like it's a normal spot. And then if somebody purchases it before you finish paying it off, then it's theirs instead of yours, and you're refunded instead. So that is how it works for booster box breaks. We're almost done with the XY Ancient Origins box break, guys. If you have a good mom for them, it makes a huge difference. That's right. I prefer crazy women. What about you guys? Do you guys like nice women who are nice to you, or crazy women who are like horrible and mean? What do you prefer? Assuming the women looked exactly identical to each other, like one wasn't hotter than the other. Crazy and mean, or totally nice? What's better? Let's hear it. Let's hear who's a freak. I like big boobs and nice women. Oh, please. Oh, I just like things to be easy and pleasant. Jesus, dude. Septum piercing is a must. 100%. Septum piercing all day long. Ooh, look at that. I tried to be the polite type. The polite? Mary dear, will you get the door? All right, so here's Bulbasaur Red. Ooh. Nothing is worse than a lazy man / lazy woman. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you make a very obvious point that anyone can be awful. But people really do get lazy in relationships. Take me, for example. No, just kidding. Wow, are there no more poker Bulbasaurs? Let's test out playing card Bulbasaur. Or how about Ace of Diamonds? No, let's type in Ace Bulbasaur. How about that? Just Ace. There we go. There's the Ace of Diamonds. It's in the vault. That's what's going on. Ah, but it's a green version. So what about a red version? People tend to buy those first. Wow, only green versions. That's crazy. So I don't know if you guys knew this, but these have been going up. All right, so this will have a new price on it. Ready? Couldn't tell you they all be crazy. All been crazy, huh? All right. There it is. New prices. What time is this? 1:30? Oh, we've been live for like 3 hours. I didn't even notice, guys. Oh my gosh. We've been live for so long. So we have this last order from Mr. Waldbeer. Mr. Waldbeer, he says he will try 2 more packs of OP6. Here you go. All right. Going a little deeper than maybe you thought you'd go today. I don't know what your original plan was. Some people like Jeff Leon like to buy like 1 pack at a time, 2 packs at a time. Here we are. But there it is. Freshly opened One Piece OP6. Someone's future's in here, Mr. Waldbeer. Could be you. You're opening 2 packs of it right now. Let's see what happens. Come on. Mwah! All right, mangas only. How's my favorite mister doing? Hey, how's it going, man? I'm doing all right. Just tired from work. You know, I really worked all Sunday. Didn't really have a break. It's kind of interesting that I used to stream on Sundays, too. I really can't believe I got all that done in the past. Having those extra few hours off on Sunday is so meaningful. You got a Monkey D. Luffy. I love pronouncing his name wrong. Here we go. All right. Kind of annoys some people. That's not how you say it. What's the hit worth an OP6? It's probably Roronoa Zoro, and it's probably pretty expensive. Everything with One Piece is getting expensive at this point. All right. So that goes into this fat little baggie, which is ready to become 2 baggies. And I think we wrap it up here. No huge hits popping out of there, huh? Okay, we're at the 3-hour mark for the morning stream. Yep. Well, shucks. We had a decent day, decent morning stream. So we're gonna have an evening stream at about 4:30, 5 p.m.-ish, and it'll run to about 7:30. So it'll be maybe about 3 hours long itself. That'll give us a total stream time of 3 hours. In the horizontal mode, since we're gonna stream in horizontal, there'll be more room on the table for me to show slabs off. And I'll try to get some slabs aggressively priced up here. Try to get you some low-cost slabs for sure. We're in a big slab rotation. We're working on the A to J's. Pretty soon, we'll be working on the L to Q's. So LMNO Q's will be going into this next round when we're done. A lot of cards in here, man. We just got tons, man. They don't all sell, do they? You can stream now in both modes. Yeah, I heard about that. Here we are. I think it requires me to run the stream through the computer, though, and I'm not going to do that. Here we are. Look at that. Oh, yeah. So I think there's a certain inconvenience to it. I think also, you know, I'm not sure exactly how it would work, but if it's one strip gets shown off here, but then I know most of my audience is seeing the whole screen, I don't want to like try to converge everything down into that small strip. It would still make horizontal mode worse than it has to be or something. Stay safe out there, my love. Oh, I'll be safe because I'm just going to be hanging out at home. I got to go have a lunch now and relax before we rev up the evening stream. I'll see you guys there. Hopefully some big orders. We did get one big pull in the morning stream. We got that that pull, the Ishigo. That is a top pull for Bleach. That is a top pull. Signature Ichigo pulled in today's morning stream. Pretty remarkable. I'll see you guys tonight. Maybe tonight we'll pull another chase card. I'd love to see it. See you there, guys.